out the weak from who you've been. Can you win this war you're in? Is your point laborious, or will you rise victorious? So take it or break it. Take it or break it. Take it or break it. Earn your throne.
Oh, baby, welcome to the Take It or Break It Late Night Lounge. It's 10:45 in the evening on the West Coast, and I'm here with my guests from Roundball Rock and Yardbarker. It's Sean Keane. Sean, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing real good.
Oh. And from Roundball Rock, and I can only think of one other thing Joey does, and writing on Josh Androsky's show thing that he does.
I do that. Yeah.
It's Joey Devine.
I have written for Billy on the Street.
Oh.
That's true. Joey and I were both creative consultants for the most recent season.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
Yeah. Well, that's because I plug Frankie Muniz's podcast instead of my own work.
Instead of I wrote for Billy on the Street. I had no idea you wrote for Billy on the Street. Joey.
I mean, I wasn't in the writer's room.
Okay.
But yeah. I was a quote-unquote creative consultant.
Yeah.
Which
like
means they bought jokes out of a packet I submitted.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And I should say that Sean and I submitted together. So
we did.
That's really swell of you guys.
You know that Game of Zones show on Bleacher Report?
Yeah.
Well, I contributed to the development of the far less successful NFL version.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
What do they call that? Game of End Zones?
It was going to be called NFLville, and it turned out to be called Gridiron Heights.
Wait, was it about Game of Thrones?
No, it was just animated and on Bleacher Report. But it
was a football cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a football cartoon.
Did they ever start work on a baseball one, or?
No one likes baseball anymore, I guess. I think that's
cold.
It's because baseball players are the worst.
Oh, come on.
I mean, comparatively. They're not, just as a group, not as individuals. Individually, there's a lot of really fun baseball players. But, like, as a union, they literally did bargain away the rights of, like, a generation of players and international guys just so they could get better snacks in the clubhouse. Like, that really happened at the last labor negotiation.
All right. I didn't know I invited Matt Chrisman on this thing. Didn't know this was El Chapo's Sports House.
Look, once I signed up for the DSA,
Yeah.
It's a sweepstakes.
Oh.
Sean, you're in the DSA. You know you legally have to put a rose emoji in your Twitter handle now, right?
Yeah, I accidentally put a Derrick Rose emoji in it, and then they kicked me out.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
That's actually hate speech if you do that.
Yeah, because he was a bad person. And also, just heinous to watch.
Not fun.
Were you guys ever into it?
I liked that one dunk
as a whole.
What one dunk, Joey? What are you talking about?
The one on Goran Dragic.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
The one dunk. The one good the Derrick Rose dunk. It's the one dunk.
What about you, Keane?
I was into that team like as a unit because Tibbs was so weird, and I still like Noah a lot, honestly, even though he's total trash as a basketball player now.
Yeah.
I think he's fun, and and I just liked the whole team. I liked Luol Deng. I liked Touch Gibson.
What about Rose?
I pulled for him because, I was rooting against LeBron in 2011, and so it was like
Shameful.
He was the opposite. But yeah, that Bulls team when they were like super scrappy and injured and didn't have Derrick Rose, they were way more.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. But Derrick Rose is just the most boring player imaginable. He's like Russell Westbrook, but without being an eccentric.
Well, he should have played for Pat Riley like 20 years earlier, and then it would have been like he's such a mid-90s player. He's like designed to win an 84 to 83 second round game. To just be the dude who bleeds 3 points out of a thing. Has there been an 84 to 87 game in this whole playoffs? I mean,
No.
I think there was a Houston Minnesota game that was like that at like halftime. But
Oh yeah.
Weren't those Bucks? The Bucks Celtics games were super low scoring. So a couple of them.
I think that's right.
Let me see. Bucks Celtics. I'm doing a little searching. 87-92. 80 is our lowest total there.
I want to say there's like a 72 to 67 Nets Pistons game from like 2002, which is like the worst playoff game I've ever seen in my life.
No, that's. I hope you don't mind me saying that shit is cool. Actually,
It would have been cooler, except it was like clearly the teams just weren't like competent enough to score. It wasn't like these guys are leaving it all on the floor. These guys are so tough. It was more like, no, Richard Hamilton's just having an off night, and his 19-footer step back isn't falling today.
Hell
and,
yeah,
Ben
that's
Wallace
real.
hasn't
That's
made a
real
single free
basketball,
throw.
baby. If you ask me, hell yeah.
Oh shit! Chucky Atkins is gonna ISO again.
2004 Pistons. They gotta just bring him back with the time machine. You know,
They're such an amazing. They're like the worst NBA champion of all time.
no, I mean, by the worst, you mean the best?
I mean, they're cool. I liked them, but like, they got a lot of. They had like 3 different players suffer devastating knee injuries against
Hell
them
yeah.
in the playoffs.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
it was just Larry Brown with a
Yeah.
voodoo doll,
Yeah,
basically.
committing murders on the low. Hell yeah, and Larry Brown, that's a coach, baby. Let's get LB back in the league. Raptors got an opening, and they need championship pedigree. There's
God,
only
if
one,
Larry,
there's only
if
one
Larry
man to
Brown,
call.
what if that was just all they needed?
Was
Just
Larry
like
Brown.
a guy makes him practice 3 hours a day.
Just
Always sounds
yeah.
like he's so tired.
There's not enough psychosis in the organization.
They need a guy who tries to trade 80% of his roster every single season.
Yeah, hates himself and basketball and his players and ownership and the fans, just everyone.
Masai Ujiri's like, is there a defensive George Karl? Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Hey, say what you will about Larry Brown. He has one title.
Yeah.
He-
He also presided over the most humiliating moment in American international basketball history.
Hell yeah.
Where all
Fuck yeah.
all the players got savaged and no one was like, Larry Brown wouldn't play LeBron. He wouldn't put LeBron in the game. And so the U.S. won the bronze medal.
Do you guys...
LeBron hadn't earned it.
Yeah, I guess.
He was a rookie. Rookies don't get
No
to
need
play.
for... So he's rolling with, who, that team...
It's like Rip Hamilton, right? There were some insane... Well,
Yeah.
gotta look it up. 2004 World...
The roster is stunning. Because a lot of people quit because they didn't want to play, but they used 9/11 as the excuse. Like,
Hell yeah.
KG and Kobe aren't on the team. So it's like Tim Duncan, Allen Iverson, and like Marbury. Like guys who were barely making the
Wade,
Eastern Conference All-Star
Carmelo.
game.
Well,
Wade,
Wade-
Melo, and LeBron never playing. Never
Yeah,
seeing
and
the
neither
court.
does
Larry
Amari
Brown wouldn't
Stoudemire.
play.
Emeka, which... Sean Marion. Ooh, goddamn. Sean Marion.
Yeah.
Amari. Tim Duncan. That's interesting. I like that Tim Duncan did that and then was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah. It's just like, no way. I am not spending 3 weeks with Stephon Marbury or
Ever
even
again.
running
I
that
cannot
risk.
believe Starbury's on this team. Lamar Odom and okay. There's two dudes left on this list whose names we haven't said. I both want to give you two guesses as to who they are.
Okay.
Michael Redd.
No, not Michael Redd. That was
He is
that was,
on the 2008
that was on the
team, so-
2018, which was dominant. Shout out to the Red Man.
I want to say, was Michael Finley on that team?
No, Michael Finley.
Okay.
Funnier.
Steve Francis.
No, not Steve Francis. Less funny than Steve Francis. I will say.
There's no way T-Mac was on this team. Jesus.
Chauncey Billups.
No Billups.
No.
Now, Billups was good. Hey, that's unfair to Billups.
No, it was more that he was slept on by people.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, yeah. All right. The two players are Richard Jefferson.
Olympian Richard Jefferson.
Well, in fairness, it was the World Championships, not the Olympics. Or was the Olympics?
No, this is the Olympics.
This is the
oh my god,
Olympics.
Oh my god, it is the Olympics.
The World Championships team, I believe,
the 2002 one. They were even worse. They got 5th, right?
That's the George Karl team.
Oh, the last one is by far the funniest, and it is Mr. Carlos Boozer.
And that's like year 3 of Carlos Boozer's career. Like, I don't think he had stabbed the Cavs owner in the back yet. When they tried to, I mean, Carlos Boozer they had some deal with the Cavs.
It appears that he was coming off his second season and he was about to go to Utah.
Yeah, so I think when the Olympics happened, he had just shafted the Cavs and gone to the Jazz for more money. So, I mean, that's a really low caliber Olympian.
I mean, high caliber and high caliber
spirits.
I bet he had a great I have here the 2002 World Championship basketball roster.
Thank you man. So much.
You guys want to hear some names?
You're goddamn right. Iverson, right?
Iverson is not on this team. No.
Holy shit!
I think you might have like an Antoine Walker on this team.
I don't know. No Antoine Walker.
Oh, are we lower tier than that for 2002?
No, I would say in 2002 there are some Antoine Walker level guys. Okay. Maybe one of his teammates is on
Paul
this team.
Pierce on this
Paul
team?
Pierce is certainly on this team.
How about
please, world champion Paul Pierce with show a little respect.
Kenyon Martin is not on this team, but someone who's like a very old version of Kenyon Martin is on this team.
Oh my god, who was like old at the time?
Old at the time, yeah.
Oh my, Oakley?
No, younger than Oakley, but right vein of guy. Think
Marcus Camby.
No, think Indiana.
Antonio Davis.
Antonio Davis is on this team.
Damn. God, American basketball used to be good, you know.
Another very old player from that same team is on this team. The most famous player,
Mark Jackson.
Reggie Miller is on this team. Yeah.
Oh hell, Reggie wasn't that old. Reggie just got out of the finals.
And he's pretty old in 2002.
He's like 36 at that point.
Yeah, man, still fucked.
He was drafted in 87. Well,
he was born in 1965.
Reggie Miller was
37 years old. So Reggie Miller is 53 years old?
Good God. You know what? I gotta say, keeping it tight for a 53-year-old man.
Yeah, he seems like he's near his playing weight.
Yeah.
I mean, Joey, send him that beach photo. We'll see.
Wait, with the navel tattoo? Please, I've seen it.
Yeah.
There's one where he looks kind of sloppier with the navel tattoo. There's one with like a lady, and then there's one where it's like a sad day on the beach.
All right, another guy on this team is young when he's on it, but he has the oldest man game in the history of the NBA.
Is that
Andre Miller?
Andre Miller.
Oh yeah.
On this team, yeah.
That one rules in particular because Andre Miller and George Karl ended up having like this like sort of like gross relationship where Andre was the only acceptable basketball player to George Karl.
All right, another one of these guys is did not play in the NBA for very long, and now is on television covering college basketball a lot.
Ooh, Billis?
He changed his name to not be confused with a much cooler
Jay
player.
Williams.
Jay Williams is on this team.
Oh.
Did you say a much
that
cooler player?
That's what
Yes,
they used.
Jason Williams is much cooler than him.
That's what they
White
used to.
chocolate.
The limo
White
murderer?
That's what they used to do, though. They used to have like one college player on the team, right?
Yeah, because he didn't change it because of white chocolate. He changed it because of the limo murderer.
Well, I didn't want to mention. I thought the limo murderer would give it away.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Certainly.
That's fair. You didn't really. I'm sorry. I'm arguing against something you didn't say.
All right. You have another pacer on this team, so there are 3 pacers.
Holy fuck!
Is it Mark Jackson?
No, it's the best. Is it the
Ron?
best of this generation?
Is
of
it Ron?
Pacers. No, it's not Ron.
Jalen Rose?
No, but this man
Brad Miller
is not Ron, but he also is famously part of the Malice at the Palace. Jermaine O'Neal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He is the best.
He's the best player, not like the best human being.
Yeah. Best player.
Okay.
All right, and then you have.
What's Jermaine up to? Is Jermaine in the Big 3 yet?
He's a captain.
Hell yeah.
I think he's the captain of Tri-State. Oh yeah, he also totally drafted Bonzi Wells this year just because of their shared pot smoking in Portland.
All right, and then
because Bonzi Wells weighs 290.
You have the 2 best Dallas Mavericks that are American.
Finn?
Michael Finley, yes, but who was the 4th best player on that Mavericks team, Sean?
In 2002?
Yeah.
Rafe LaFrentz?
Rafe LaFrentz is on
Jesus
this team.
Christ. Oh my god.
All right.
Did LaFrentz have dreadlocks at the time?
No.
Paul Pierce's college teammate, I believe.
Oh.
Just they would wash out every year in the NCAA tournament.
What a
All right, and then
pair of pals.
And then things went so well for him in Athens. This man is back. He recently retired from the NBA. You've said his name already tonight.
Tim Duncan?
He gave himself a nickname.
He was on the 2004 team?
Was Richard Jefferson?
No. But he's like
Lamar?
Richard Jefferson. He was on that Cavs team with Richard Jefferson.
I'm looking at the roster right now. I can't even.
I don't know why.
Who are you talking about?
He was on the Cavs team 2 years ago?
3 years ago. He retired, I believe, basically in the middle of the
Sean Marion
playoffs. Yeah.
Oh, the Matrix.
Oh yeah, that was
yes,
one of the greatest things is that the Cavs showed a Sean Marion highlight video during the finals.
Hey, what do you get? You know,
because he was retiring.
You get there's a lot of time to fill out. You know, you gotta.
And then you have the man who started the Malice in the Palace.
Oh, Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace, yeah. And
well,
then finally,
you know what? Ben Wallace, I'm not going to laugh at.
No.
Please.
No, these next 2 guys aren't, I don't think you'll laugh at either. Well, maybe one of them. okay, you have a man who signed with the Clippers because he got tricked into signing there.
That's Baron Davis.
And then you have the
Laura
man...
Dern's Mr. Laura Dern.
Are they still together? Are they still together? What's it, do we have
Hopefully.
a good? Do we have a
They are,
status
but
update on?
she did not go to the Big Three draft. He showed up, but Laura Dern.
Oh my God! If we get Laura Dern courtside at a Big Three game, doing some, it's gonna.
Our greatest living actor.
And then, Sean, you have the man who tricked Baron Davis on this team.
That's
and
your 76ers draft representative, the general manager of the Delaware Blue Hawks, Mr. Elton Brand. He's a G League GM now.
They lost to Puerto Rico in this tournament, I believe.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
They lost to a smaller country in the United States.
Yeah.
Like it's part of America. And I like to imagine that like a 13-year-old Al Horford was just giving Sean Marion work.
No, Al Horford was not on the team. The only player of note on this team on the Puerto Rico team is Carlos Arroyo.
Oh, God bless him.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Berea era hadn't even started yet.
No.
George Karl is in the Basketball Hall of Fame, right?
Of course he is, dude.
He probably deserves it.
There are so many coaches. He's like the equivalent of like Kevin Willis. Just a guy who's like, wow, he played for 20 he had a job for a really long time. His team's never good.
Turkey in this tournament ran a two towers offense that was Mehmet Okur and Hidu Turkoglu. I don't think they were running very much.
Can you imagine?
Hey yo. Got him.
I'll tell you what team was awesome in this tournament. Yugoslavia. They had Zarko Chabarkaba, Peja Stojakovic, Vlad Radmanovic, Marko Jaric, Predrag Drobnjak, and an old Vlade Divac playing for him.
I would say the majority of those names are usually followed by and cash considerations.
Well, this has been an out-of-control Roundball Rock type segment. This has really gotten away from the take it and break it spirit, I would say, and it's getting very deeply.
We're kind of just naming guys.
Yeah,
David Roth style.
Yeah. Where's our pink background? Right now?
That I have to say, like, I love those Roths, but I love the staff of Deadspin videos better because it makes me like feel way less intimidated. I'm like, oh, they're guys like me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, they're guys like me. Hey, they eat pretzels.
Hey, they're just like us.
Yeah, Sean's like, I like to drink different types of milk too.
What's your guys' favorite kind of milk? Let's get into it. If you're just drinking straight milk.
Chocolate.
I don't think I've drank milk in like a decade.
I took a pull off a carton the other day. It was dope.
I also realized I was really dumb about grades of milk until recently. Like I think my parents started buying non-fat milk when I was really young, and I didn't realize I was like, damn, that is a big downgrade from whole milk, 100% milk, and the next grade is 2% milk. Fuck. Like, I thought people drinking whole milk were fucking crazy because it was like 50 times the fat of 2% milk.
It was 2% of whole as opposed
I realized
to...
whole milk is like, what, 3%?
Yeah, it's 3 point something or other.
Yeah. So,
what's the best chocolate milk you've
I was
ever
way too old when I realized that.
What's the best chocolate milk you've ever had, Devine?
Like, I used to play water polo in high school, And so sometimes you'd have to get up really, really early for practices, where like practice would be at like 6 a.m. and then you'd have to practice and then go to school right afterwards. And I would always go to a donut shop on my way to school after having swum a ton of laps. And just like a real cold chocolate milk and a donut before high school, man.
Hell yeah.
So good.
Man, when I was in college, I used to drop by the store they had in the housing area. A lot of chocolate milks that day. But the best chocolate milk I've ever had, Joey Devine and Sean Keane, I guess, is here in Portland. They got this new American restaurant, Tasty and Sons, known mostly for brunch. And they make a chocolate milk that is just like milk that got a chocolate bar melted into it. It's an obscenity. You drink it and it's like eating ortolan or something. It's just like you drink it and you're like, oh no, this is not moral. Oh,
that's exciting. That's exciting. That I think that might be the description that gets me back on the milk train.
Choo choo. You know what pulls the milk train, right? A bunch of cows.
Did you guys see this story about this 25-year-old man who was pretending to be a high school freshman in Texas?
I did. His name was John Williams. Yeah.
It's so messed up that he used Hurricane Harvey as his cover too. It's like, that's why there's no records of me. They all washed away in the hurricane, and people are like, oh, that's so sad.
Oh no.
And then he's like dunking on 14-year-olds.
He did it just to dominate high schoolers, right?
I think he was probably trying to get in the NBA, right?
How? Well, I mean, they would have figured that one out, though, right?
I mean, they didn't find out how old Serge Ibaka was. He's like 38.
Is that confirmed? How confirmed is that?
I would say after this last playoffs, I'm pretty convinced.
Yeah, there's no way Serge Ibaka and James Harden are the same age. Think about that. Think about watching them play, Corbin.
I mean, people decline at different ages. Why am I don't know why I'm being like the Serge Ibaka age defender.
Well,
but...
he made such a vehement denial and was like, and it's just because I'm from Africa that they say that. And then it's like, well, people in Spain also thought he was older when he was playing. The other guy who was apparently like 3 years older than he claims is Ersan Ilyasova.
Yeah, that one I buy.
Yeah, that story also checks out.
I believe his real name is like Ansar Ilyasov, so he like didn't even really go through that much trouble to change it. But yeah.
Weirdly, Marco Bellinelli, 10 years younger than him.
Yeah. He started shaving at age 4.
Little known fact.
That's my favorite thing about Adrian Beltre. He's like the only baseball player where they were like, he had a fake birth certificate, and the Dodgers were like, God damn it. And then it's like, yeah, he's actually only 19 years old. He was 14 when you signed him.
We're going to play a little game real quick. It's called Older or Younger. We're going to go through the Houston Rockets. We're going to go through the Houston Rockets roster and decide if they are older than they say they are or younger.
Oh, this is a good game, Corbin.
Yeah.
Start out with James Harden, older or younger?
I think he's exactly the age he says he is.
I think he might be younger because I could see James Harden like having trouble getting like a fake ID when he was younger and being like, you know what, I'm just gonna get a whole new birth certificate. Like he just wanted to be be able to into bars easier and buy cigarettes.
To be able to go to dispensaries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that checks out for me. Christopher Paul.
I think older, just because he has such a handsome, youthful face, but he's always ran like an old man.
Yeah.
You know?
He definitely... we and John were talking about this the other day. There are two players in the NBA who are the most daddy players. And it's... yeah?
Are you saying they play like they're...
No, they just radiate with dad energy.
Okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And one is LeBron, who instantly becomes daddy on literally in any organization he's in. He went to the Heat to try not to be daddy and became daddy within a year.
Yeah.
And the other is, of course, Chris Paul. If you told me Chris Paul was 44, I might believe you.
Well, because he is kind of like graying and losing his hair a lot for a 33-year-old, too.
Yeah.
His life's stressful.
Yeah, Keane, you watched the game tonight, right?
Yeah.
Did you see that Chris Paul's brother got in a shouting match with Kevin Durant?
And so did he get ejected from a game by an official earlier in the playoffs?
I don't recall. Joey, this seems like something you would know about.
I don't know if he got into it with a ref.
Is Joey here?
But Joey, are you here?
Joey?
I was muted. I've been talking. Sorry, I accidentally muted myself.
Wait, you've been talking like to yourself and like just like not wondering.
Yeah, I thought you guys were like
hating us so
me.
much. Oh God, what?
You were like, I have an opinion about how old Chris Paul was, and I'm sorry. Wait, Chris Paul, older or younger than I guess?
Oh, much older.
Okay,
much older. He's like a basketball spirit. Like he's like
he's like the Wendigo.
Sean, you haven't seen Infinity War yet, but like, you know, he's like guarding the soul stone that is basketball in eternity.
I am familiar with the soul stone, Joey.
Sir.
He's like he's like that guy who guards the Holy Grail in the Last Crusade. And he has to tell other players how to choose correctly for them to get the ring, but he never gets to
but he
touch
doesn't
it.
get he doesn't get it himself. Yeah. No, yeah.
Well,
this totally checks out.
I remember too, Chris Paul is like notably raised by his grandparents, and that sounds like a cover story.
Oh,
to,
yeah,
like, disguise
for your
that he just
old
has,
ass
like,
fucking parents.
How are his parents 70 years old when he's 20?
Yeah.
It's like, don't let them know.
They're my grandparents.
They're my grandparents.
But yes, to answer your question, Chris Paul's brother was falsely ejected from a game and then let back in earlier in the playoffs.
Yeah, he got in a fight with Durant tonight. Joey has no idea what the fuck happened in the game.
But how would see that highlight?
How is it we never saw CJ? I mean, his brother's like, I think he played college basketball, but how did we never see CJ Paul during Chris Paul's entire Clippers career? And suddenly he's...
I have an answer for
Donald
this.
Donald doesn't. No comps. Donald, no comps under the Sterling administration.
No, I have an answer for this, though.
Oh.
It's because if his brother was prevalent, the Cliff Paul thing wouldn't fly.
Oh, because they'd be like, yeah.
It's a branding thing.
Yeah, but they executed him at the end of last year. So
right.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they murdered him off.
Yeah, he was murdered by Iranian dissidents.
And you know the reason you could never have that campaign with Steph Curry is that his real-life brother's name is Seth Curry.
Yeah.
So it's like, and they look the same.
That's true.
Although Seth Curry is almost like a Steph Curry, Eric Gordon hybrid. He's like a much rounder face.
Oh, yeah, so a rounder boy. Did we lose Devine again?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I just don't have anything to say about Seth Curry.
I didn't really have anything to say about Steph Curry either. What if they had a third brother and his name was like Stuth? Streth.
No, Stuff.
Strep Curry. Oh, man.
Steph's sister got engaged to a guy from the Santa Cruz Warriors G League team last year.
Wow, Steph's sister. Don't aim too high. I mean, look.
Hey, don't call Kevon Looney Golden State Warriors G League player.
Come on.
That would be so funny. Like, Kevon Looney would be under so much pressure right now. Like, because Steph's parents go to so many games, and like the combination of them cheering for Steph and then being like, "What are you doing, Kevon?
Get it together."
His sister's embarrassed. Like, I'm sorry, I'll talk to him.
And her last name is going to be like whatever, Julie Looney.
Yes.
What's her name? Is there like a S blank TH?
It
She's
is.
Seidel.
Is it Seidel?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Steph Curry. Oh wait, but Steph Curry's name is Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Damn it, Stephen.
Although his
Curry.
real name is Wardell, actually.
Oh,
Same as his dad.
like Wardell Beckham Jr.
Yes.
That's the stupidest thing I've said in my entire life. Clint Capella, older or younger?
Younger, so much younger. He's like a child.
Oh, he's
There's
older.
There's something so childlike about him. They used him as a decoy in the brawl because he's like the young kid you just let hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
You.
I would say older. He's Swiss. They're the masters of fabricating records, whether it's bank accounts.
That is
if
true.
you have enough
That is
Nazi
true.
gold, they'll tell you.
But even then, it could go
age you want.
But that could go the other way too. Like he could be 16 years old and he could have fabricated documents to get him in the NBA. It's really possible.
So he's actually going to be like the greatest player of all time.
Yeah,
Because he's only like 17 now.
Yeah. Like the only thing he knows how to do right now is like dunk, but when he starts to like, really get it together.
Well, and when he finally stops growing, he's eventually going to be 8'2".
Yeah.
He still hasn't
8'2", long, athletic, muscular. Gerald Green.
So Gerald Green came into the league in like 2005,
yes,
right?
He's been in the league for a very long time.
I think he's younger. He has a very millennial spirit.
Like those braids and
the birthday cake dunk is like the first. It's like a proto Vine.
Oh my god,
that's like him. Yeah, it's almost like him like eating a Tide Pod.
Do you know what his listed age is?
32.
Yeah, it's
exactly
32.
It's more than that.
No,
Oh,
it's
it is
exactly 32. Good job, Joey.
Oh, because he came out of high school. That's right.
Yeah.
And he only has like 9.5 fingers too because of a dunking accident.
Yeah.
Which is the coolest way to lose a finger.
That's true. Well, other than you're fingering somebody and it broke off in their
Because you were so good at it.
Because you were so good at fingering that like it burned off or something.
The nerdiest way is, of course, getting it bit off by Gollum on the steps of Mount Doom.
Or pushing up your glasses. Like going and pushing up your glasses and it like snaps your finger and then it rots off slowly.
Yeah, what if you were like flipping someone off and they just tore your finger off?
I'd be like, hey, that hurt, but respect.
Yeah. I guess I'm never gonna do that again.
Hey, learned my lesson. You guys ever see Crank 2?
Mine.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
I was watching
all
the end
the
of...
Neville Dean and Taylor movies, dude.
Oh, so that's Ghost Rider 2, right?
Yeah. And also
What's
Mom and Dad, but only Taylor made that one. Mom and Dad was wild stuff. It's about Nicolas Cage gets a disease where the parents murder their children.
Uh-huh.
And so Nicolas Cage is like really, really off the chain trying to murder his teenage children. It's pretty dope.
Whoa.
Is that movie set in New Orleans?
No, it's like any place suburbia.
Is it? Do you feel like it's in the Port of Call New Orleans verse?
Kinda, yeah. He's acting that way. He's in full. Look, I read an interview somewhere where it was with David Gordon Green, the guy who directed Joe, and he was like, "Yeah, Nicholas."
Sorry, Joey, we lost you.
Joey, he got booted right in the middle of that.
Wait, did Joey get booted off Skype.com? Joey.
What if they kicked him off the service because they're like, we will not hold truck.
We gotta get this fucking
takes.
We gotta get this fucking pervert off here. There you are.
I got dropped off.
Yeah, we figured it out. We were making fun of you.
That's fair. Where David Gordon Green was like, yeah, Nicolas Cage calls his own style of acting American Kabuki. And they were like, what does that mean? And he was like, I don't know, you gotta ask him. That's what he told me.
Hey, by the way, let's get Rage Cage in a Marvel movie, baby. Come on.
He's been in one. He's Ghost Rider, baby.
Well, yeah. Apparently Ghost Rider's on the TV show now, which is fucking bullshit. Because they should have made a canon Marvel movie where Nicolas Cage played Ghost Rider.
They will.
I have to say, I don't know anything about Ghost Rider from the comics, so I feel like basing it all of my knowledge of Ghost Rider is just based on Ghost Rider 2 because I didn't see the original, and I feel like I might not totally understand the character.
Do they
no, story checks out.
Do they use the song Ghost Rider in Ghost Rider?
Like Ghost Riders in the Sky?
No, Ghost Rider by Suicide.
Oh,
I don't think they do.
That's too bad. I don't know if you got. I really think that maybe like the central piece of Ghost Rider art is Ghost Rider by Suicide.
It's funny because as a child I owned the soundtrack to The Crow. Mm-hmm. And, on the soundtrack to The Crow, Rollins Band does a cover of Suicide's Ghost Rider.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Holy shit.
I remember feeling very duped by the Stone Temple Pilots song they used in the trailer.
Was it 10 minutes long, the version he did on the Crow soundtrack? Cause
I doubt it. Yes. Yes, it is. I just looked it up. 10:17.
Hero! Sorry, I started listening to it. Ghost... Oh boy, this does not capture the spirit of the original at all. It's like a sludgy version, like Ghost Rider.
Yeah, according to Google. According to Google, the genre is groove metal of the Rollins Band version.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is Rollins Band just universally recognized as a groove metal band?
Good question.
What is groove? Well, it's like Doom but turned down, I suppose, right? What?
You got me, dude.
Apparently, I'm not talking about metalheads here. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so according to Groove Metal Wikipedia, Pantera, Exorder, and Machine Head are the main groove metal bands.
Pantera's a thrash metal band. What the fuck are they talking about? Pantera. Get the fuck
Apparently
out.
White Zombie is also a groove metal band.
I'm gonna have to take your word on that one. Eric Gordon, younger or older?
Older
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Ariza.
Older.
I think younger. I mean, he's also been in the league like 13 or 14 years.
He has. Ariza is also only 32.
Yeah,
out of high school. Well, no, he went.
He's older. Sorry, he went to UCLA for like a year, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Man.
He's old enough to have gotten traded by Isaiah Thomas.
That's amazing. For Steve
Francis.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Weirdly not an upgrade. Poor Steve Francis. Nah. All right, here's a
I love it. It was kind of great that Isaiah Thomas was like Stephon Marbury and Steve Francis, and to top it off, Jalen Rose.
And then Tracy McGrady.
Oh, eventually, yeah.
Man, Jalen Rose.
Yeah.
He probably would have been better now.
Oh,
I
way
think
better.
he would have fit in. And actually, I mean, the weird thing about Jalen Rose is that it took him so long to develop, partly because of who his coaches were. And, like, I think after Larry Bird took over from Larry Brown, Jalen Rose just started starting and playing like 40 minutes a game. But when he finally got paid, he got like a giant 7-year contract that took him to like age 36. So it was like he was just immediately horribly overpaid because he signed his big contract like a year out of his prime or something.
Here's the most obvious one in the world, Nene.
Older. I think Nene could be like 48 years old.
Yeah. This here says that Nene is 35. There's no way that dude is a day under 40.
And I feel like he's lived like 70 to 80 years of worth of life.
Yeah. Parties you can't even imagine. Nene has been to.
I feel like his time in Denver, wasn't he teammates with J.R. Smith for a while?
Yes.
He sure was.
That's like around
right.
the time that J.R. killed a guy, I think.
Yes.
That team was probably pretty wild with Melo.
That might be the partiest team ever.
Yeah, Kmart.
George Karl.
I think Andre Miller just has like a real six-pack a night vibe to him.
Yeah, did you know that Andre Miller literally just doesn't work out?
I did.
Like that was his thing, is that he would just play himself into shape every year.
He's just like, I can throw an alley-oop.
Yeah.
Do you know his other thing? That he eats the media food before games? He literally he will go to the media buffet with a Ziploc bag and he'll say, "Gotta save that per diem, bro."
I think I've heard this before. I think I've heard Blazer people tell me about this before.
That's so incredible because I think he had a max contract for like 5 years. Sean Marion also, with the Suns, lived in like a studio apartment, and he chose it because like it was just like right off the freeway by the practice facility, and like on the road that led to the efficiency apartment, there was like a Taco Bell on one side and a Wendy's on the other, and that's what he would spend his per diem on. And the Suns were just like, "Could you just maybe like buy some vegetables?" And he's like, I'm just getting this per diem." Along with $14 million a year, what do you expect me to do?
God, there's like some wild stories about Andre Miller. One sec. Corbin Smith, Andre Miller. One sec. Maybe I won't find this. And
you know what's weird? That Andre Miller was never a Knick.
Oh yeah. Incredibly weird. Oh, this is not the first time I've thought this.
He might have been like if he had just suited up last year, he might have been their best option at point guard. Like even now. They've basically been missing Andre Miller for 2 years.
He wouldn't have been able to have played himself into shape in New York though. Like too many good restaurants.
Yeah. But yeah, even when they had like 41-year-old Jason Kidd, like that was enough. They just had so much incompetence that just an old man who wouldn't just throw the ball away. It was like, yeah, we have 50 wins now.
Yeah, we've made the second round of the playoffs. Weird.
But yeah, just such terrible point guards.
I'm afraid that I haven't been able to find weird Andre Miller stories.
It's okay. I have since we're talking about the Knicks, I have a Knicks story I wanted to ask you guys about.
Okay.
Did you see the Knicks took away Ethan Hawke's tickets
Well, please continue talking about this. Thank you.
Was like he bought season tickets and they were like,
No.
let's buy season tickets.
All right,
anymore?
so he was on the Bill Simmons podcast on Monday, and
talking training day.
Oh, of course, dude.
T-Day.
Guess who's an alpha dog, you guys?
Denzel Washington.
Yes, correct. He's an alpha dog. All right.
Oh, good. I'm happy.
But he was saying that he went on the Jimmy Fallon show, and he complained about them firing Mike D'Antoni, and then he called the Knicks like a few nights later, and he was like, "Hey, can I get tickets to the game?" And they were like, "Yeah, that'll be $7,000." and then he was like, "You haven't charged me for tickets in 25 years." And they were like, "Well, maybe you should have thought about that before you went on Jimmy Fallon's show." And he hasn't been back to a Knicks game since.
I gotta say, I think that's fair. I'm on Team Knicks on this one. Like, how many times do you think Ethan Hawke showed up at that game with, like, having not showered in, like, 4 days? Like, what in Ethan Hawke's filmography were you like, yeah, let's keep this face in the crowd?
Sir, can you please put out your Chesterfield light?
Like, if you fall asleep in your seats in the third quarter, like, using a newspaper as a pillow, like, eventually...
Hey, I'm going to need you guys to look at the Skype chat real quick, because I posted a picture of older, fat Andre Miller teaching children how to play basketball. That's it. It's always been a favorite NBA picture of mine. He's been retired like a year at this point, as I recall. And he's not thin.
Oh my god. This is incredible. The way his hair is parted is so weird. His clothes don't fit. Okay.
Now, if you're Ethan Hawke, right, aren't you like, but John McEnroe gets to keep his tickets? You're letting Woody Allen in?
Woody Allen is they gotta do something about that, because Woody Allen's a very bad person.
Spike pays for his seats, though.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Spike is not famous enough for that.
Well, he also sits in courtside seats in New York City, so like, they're not giving Ethan Hawke free courtside seats, I don't think. Maybe they were. Maybe they were really.
I mean, whatever seats they were giving him were $7,000.
Yeah, they were just like, look, we saw before the devil knows you're dead, and you're no longer one of Brooklyn's finest, Hawk. Hit the bricks.
You really bummed us out. We saw before midnight, and we thought you two were going to be in love forever. Go fuck yourself, Ethan Hawke.
And he's like, but I'm shooting Boyhood for 4 more years. What am I going to do?
I sent you another picture. It's Andre Miller signing a contract with the Denver Nuggets while wearing Portland Trail Blazers warm-up pants.
That's so good.
I could honestly do this all day.
I wonder if... Because Andre Miller, when he was in college, he wore nothing but University of Utah, like, sweats and free merchandise. So, at this point, for, like, more than half of his life, Andre Miller could have conceivably just had, like, all his clothes just be provided by, like, equipment managers.
And he was never injured, too, so, like... Probably doesn't own a suit.
The other thing about
well, remember he had like a 12-year consecutive games
yes.
streak,
yes.
and then he got like suspended for yelling at a ref or something like that? It was
we're
very bizarre.
He elbowed a guy.
Well, yeah, suspended 1 game for guess who he elbowed?
Oh, who would
Raymond
Andre
Felton?
Miller hate? It's got to be somebody young, like somebody who like.
Imagine the youngest imaginable person in 2010.
John Wall.
No, it was not John Wall. He was
Derrick Rose?
he was more youthful than John Wall. It's not that he was younger, but it's just that he like represented youth more profoundly.
Oh yeah. In 2010,
3.
like Blake Griffin.
It's Blake Griffin.
Yeah. And Blake Griffin draws so like there is something that makes people just hate Blake Griffin in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Booker's that now. Like old guys hate Devin Booker so much.
Yeah, I don't know if I quite blame them.
Oh no, me either. He's like Devin Booker is basically the NBA's version of Lil Xan or like a sound one of those Post Malone. He's like NBA's Post Malone.
Ryan Anderson, older or younger?
Younger, he loves Disneyland. Friends with the Lopez's.
Yeah, even though he was, I mean, he's like only 30, I think now.
Yeah, how is he only 30
paper.
though? That's the only thing.
But also, he's like pretty bald, and he's had a stressful life, though.
Here's the thing about the thing I think that's going on with Ryan Anderson. Are you guys aware of the comic book character Shazam?
Yes. Hey, before
How
you
he's a
continue
10-year-old
talking, can
boy
we
who says,
pause for just
go
half a
ahead.
second? Can we just pause for half
Yeah.
a second? Do one of you guys have your are you guys both have headphones on, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Why? What's happening?
I'm getting some reverb. Can you guys give me a second real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
10-year-old boy. Yeah, I think he's a
Oh, yes,
10-year-old boy
you
who
think-
said a word and got stuck as a 7-foot grown man.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is
That
what
makes
you
a lot
think
of
about
sense.
Ryan Anderson.
Yeah.
Well, and so his body is aging rapidly,
Yeah.
but inside he still just remains 10 years old.
And that's why he's friends with the Lopez twins, because they are basically 10-year-olds as well.
Yeah, Brooke got really mad when Ryan Lopez did not invite him to Disney World when he was going there. A place. Did you know that Brooke Lopez owns a house on the grounds of Disney World? That's true. I keep saying things that are true today, and people are like, "Oh, that's." Like, I found out the guy who directed the Uncle Drew movie is the guy who came up with the "What's Up, guys" from Budweiser.
Guys, I have another Andre Miller story. I remember it
Oh,
now.
hell yeah!
Okay. Here's a tweet from Jason Quick from 2012, right after Andre Miller was not in the Blazers anymore.
Uh-huh.
He said, Andre Miller would have loved this roller skating halftime show. Apparently, Dre is an avid roller skater and used to cruise the waterfront.
Wow. Do you know who the current most intense roller skater in the NBA is?
Please fucking tell
Lillard,
me.
right?
I believe it's Rajon Rondo.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, it is Rondo. I
Older.
know this.
Older. Oh, are we not playing that game with Rajon Rondo?
Yeah. Oh, no, definitely older. Look, yeah. No shit. Actually older than Paul Pierce. Little known. Next up is Joe Johnson.
Oh,
I think old.
he's like
old.
he's like eternal though.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
with you. I'm with you.
But it feels like he was 30 when he was 20.
At the beginning of existence, when the universe came into existence, there were 6 Infinity Stones and also Joe Johnson.
Yeah. It
I
also
forget.
feels like he kind of came out of nowhere. Like he went to Arkansas, but in 2001, and yeah.
I
He just
forget
showed
who
up on-
had I forget who had this tweet last year during the playoffs, but it was like somebody tweeted, and just has been happening since the dawn of time. Andre Iguodala guards Joe Johnson.
I'm bummed he's not playing for the Rockets because I feel like if he was on the Warriors, he'd be getting some run.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they played Nick Young a lot tonight.
Oh. He's
Younger.
He's a bad basketball player. Younger.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Zhu
Chinese
older.
man.
Yeah, probably,
Older.
Probably older.
I believe it's actually pronounced Joe Quee, too.
Pardon me, Joe.
I swear to God, he's Joe. His name is Joe.
Joe Queeson.
Yeah, I'm going to say older.
8 foot wingspan on Joe Key.
Also, apparently he can, like, rain threes.
I think it is a marketing scam because they know Mike D'Antoni will never play him.
Oh, never, literally never.
Well, because the Warriors became the most popular team in China because Chinese people like Steph Curry, and I guess because of Clay too. But
Wait, oh yeah, China.
Yeah.
I forgot about
but they got to climb back. The Rockets are historically China's team, so
PJ Tucker.
Older.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he could be like a little older, but
No, he was, like, born someone's uncle.
yeah. Yeah, like, at what point do you think PJ Tucker first had a mustache? How old?
Like, 7 years old.
15.
I think he, like, went through puberty when he was, like, 8.
He, like, got a DUI at 10 years old.
Yeah.
That's a mean
Like, just
joke because he actually got a
hard
DUI.
scrabble.
Did
Oh,
he
he
actually?
really did?
Oh,
Or-
sorry. My bad.
Ooh, actually,
Please don't hurt me, PJ Tucker.
Ooh, I'm about to read a headline. I don't feel nice about reading. Suns player PJ Tucker accused of super extreme DUI.
Well, that's
Here's
that.
no,
like,
but
wait, how
here's the
drunk
thing.
is he though?
was it in Arizona?
Yes.
That doesn't count as much. They're like weird. They're crazy about DUIs in Arizona.
What's his BAC?
Arizona Department of Public Safety Soja's BAC to be 222.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get that's like the Sheriff Joe thing. Is like they're really in the Phoenix area. They're really DUI and like speeding enforcement is really hard, and they make you go to an open air jail to serve out your DUI
Because they're racists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done. I'm done playing older or not. Keane, did you watch the game tonight, right?
I did.
Would you think anything or what?
I was less overconfident after game one. Draymond was really bad.
Oh yeah, you guys root for the Warriors. I always forget. I mean, I don't forget Joey does, but I forget that Keane also does.
But it's what I thought was weird is that the Rockets sometimes, when Harden will have these like just terrible shooting games. Like even tonight, he was like 2 of 10.
Yeah, he wasn't terribly
going into the
efficient
fourth quarter or
tonight.
something.
Actually, like he was pretty good, but he was, it was like 20
But
on
that-
17 kind of stuff.
But when that happens in the playoffs, it seems like it doesn't even affect them. Like he had a game where he shot like 2 of 18 earlier, and I think the Rockets won by like 20. So that's just a weird, like that he has to score and take it on himself when things aren't going well, and it usually doesn't work. But like ideally, Ariza and Tucker would be putting up lots of shots. It seems like.
Joey, I hear you breathing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you? I thought you were gonna be like, what I think, but you didn't.
To me, I was like, I was at work. I was only kind of half watching the game because work was annoyingly busy tonight.
Yeah, Joey
But,
had a hard night at work, guys.
Based on what I
At
saw...
work at the jerk-off factory.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
hey, gabagool.
he really had his hands full.
Based on what I
Well,
saw...
his palm full. Hey, busted beans
Solo,
over
a Joey
here.
Devine story.
Hey, hey.
The Rockets decided to pass, and also the Warriors were not very good.
Yeah, well, they are bad. They're a bad team.
The Warriors are also, I saw a stat that said they're now 0-7 in Kevin Durant's highest scoring games as a Warrior.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So,
I mean,
I
I
don't
think
know.
that's...
Take that what you will with it.
Well, I
in
mean,
your pipe and you smoke it.
I mean, when Kevin Durant scores a lot, usually that means they're giving him a lot of ISOs because the offense isn't working, and maybe that's similar to that James Harden thing. But no, like Steph Curry isn't making any 3-pointers, and that's pretty bad for the Warriors' offense. But it was like, I think what really killed them. I mean, their defense was really bad, but I think the reason for that was that they missed a lot of layups, and against Chris Paul, like a missed layup just always turns into a fast break because like the guy who missed is out of the play.
Yeah.
And so, Draymond had like 5 turnovers in the first half, and some of them were just insanely bad plays.
Draymond had a 666 line tonight.
Oh.
Did you see that?
Was that like points?
Yeah, points, rebounds,
assists, and
assists.
rebounds?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it might be turnovers too.
No, I'm sorry.
Um,
He actually had 9 turnovers.
Yeah.
666.
Yeah, and
We're
I feel
having
like
fun.
the thing that, yeah. I think the thing that kind of got exposed about the Warriors is that this year they're kind of not that great a 3-point shooting team, even though they have Kevin Durant. They've got Durant and Curry and Thompson.
Yeah.
But like everybody else is pretty bad at shooting threes, even 3-point specialist Nick Young.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Quinn Cook get those Nick Young minutes
Oh my
tonight.
God.
honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, Dad.
But Nick Young just kind of sucks. Like anyone but Nick Young, really. The Warriors just like for some reason decided they should have 6 centers on the roster all season, which is a very like Pat Riley in 1997 roster decision.
When they signed Nick Young, did you guys kind of feel like it was beneath the dignity of the franchise? Like, have you
It
like
felt
has all this winning turned you into that?
No, not at all.
No, I didn't think it was dignity. I just didn't think he was very good.
Yeah.
And like JaVale McGee is like Nick Young, but infinitely more fun, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
But also it was like it made sense because Kevin Durant took like a low salary specifically because they were like, yeah, let's bring in Nick Young. And so I'm sure the team was like, okay, we'll give him the mid-level because Kevin Durant's getting like $8 million below the max or whatever it is.
Sucker.
Yeah. I mean, bad decision, GM Kevin Durant.
I mean, of course, we all know Corbin's main opinion on this matter, that there is no bigger sucker than David West, but...
Right.
Yeah.
Again, playing for the veterans minimum.
Yeah.
It's funny you asked that Nick Young question because my response to it was like, oh no, this feels like a very losery Warriors move. Like,
really?
where you're...
You
right.
felt
Yeah.
yourself regressing into Don Nelson times.
Right,
Well,
because
it's like-
that would be their big signing in 2002, where it's like, Corey Maggetti's going to save us. Nick
Yeah.
Young's going to save us.
I mean, I think it's the equivalent to them signing Derek Fisher in the summer of 2004. Like,
Yeah.
that's the, like, he did some stuff. Except Nick Young has, like, basically only been on terrible losing teams.
Derek Fisher have sex with somebody's wife recently?
Matt Barnes.
No.
Ex-wife, though.
Ex-wife. Oh, and Matt Barnes
Went crazy.
is a bad person
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah.
never mind. Go right ahead, Derek Fisher.
No, Derek Fisher is also a bad person, though.
Yeah,
don't
but
forget.
Matt Barnes is like an especially bad person.
Sure.
I felt bad realizing how, like, J.R. Smith is a pretty bad person, too. Like, I enjoy him so much, but all the evidence is, like, pretty bad guy. Like mean, injures people, reckless, and has ended a human life.
How do you guys? I don't want to continue talking about if J.R. Smith is a bad person, so I'm going to make a very awkward
I just feel
transition.
conflicted. Like, I thought he was like more of a rogue, and now I'm like, I think he's probably kind of an asshole.
Sean, you know who else is a bad person? Han Solo, A Star Wars Story, directed by Ron Howard. Coming out May 25th.
Wait a minute. Joey, were you sent here by the Disney Corporation?
I was, yes.
Oh, wow.
He's kind of an Ehrenreich stan, you know?
Can you believe I'm going to end up not seeing that movie, I think.
I just don't really care, I guess. I feel like that's something that I'm supposed to have an opinion on, but it's just like Han Solo prequel, but like the reason people
Keane just started cursing
like
so much that we couldn't hear him.
Yeah.
I for one think it's fucking dope that they let a contest winner play Han Solo. I don't know about you.
That was pretty cool.
Zing, got him. Good in Hail Caesar.
Sure.
Okay.
It feels like they were better off having kind of relatively unknown people in main roles, because I felt like this watching Last Jedi. There wasn't a moment where I was like, oh, who's that rebel leader? It was like, oh, Laura Dern's in Star Wars. And same thing with like, oh, Benicio del Toro's in Star Wars. And like, it kind of takes me out of it a little bit, I would say.
The other series that's going on right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sucks balls. It's dog shit. It's fucking shitty. Fuck that
really
series.
depressing.
That's all. I mean,
it's kind of fun, I think.
Fuck you, Sean.
Yeah, defend yourself.
Yeah.
There's just something.
Go to hell.
I love that.
What? Pick your words carefully here. I love
that public opinion has swung like 7 times about this horseshit Cavs team, where they've been like they're suck, and then like, oh, they're back against Indiana, and then they're blown out again, and then they've like ripped Toronto's heart out, and now it's like every lazy, just terrible habit they've displayed for 2 years is just being like ruthlessly punished. But at the same time, even Boston fans are like, I feel like we have like a 50% chance of winning this series, that we're up 2-0. Like, yeah, Kyle Korver can barely run, and LeBron got a concussion, and we'd be happy to just get a shot in Cleveland, only down 3-2.
Yeah, there's a real because they know they feel like eventually Daddy is going to be home, and
Right.
and Daddy resets order, baby.
Yeah, like Daddy's mad at Mom right now, but eventually he'll turn his disciplinary eye to the children on the other side.
I will say I loved that story that came out today about apparently one of the Cavs called Danny Ainge a thief after the Kyrie Irving trade.
Well, I mean, didn't he con them? Like
oh yeah,
didn't tell them that Isaiah Thomas had a devastating injury. Like if it had been public knowledge, like, yeah, he's actually not going to come back until like Martin Luther King Day, and then he won't be able to run, and then he's going to have surgery that puts him out for 6 months.
Oh, also he's a maniac.
Yeah. And everyone will hate him.
My question for you guys is, which Cav do you think is the one that called Danny Ainge a thief?
Tristan Thompson.
I think LeBron.
No, You think it was LeBron?
Yeah, I think LeBron fucking hates those guys. I think that LeBron is on cordial terms with basically everybody who isn't involved with the Boston Celtics.
I'll tell you who it wasn't. It wasn't Kevin Love.
Oh,
because we all know he comes from a family of thieves, and they're pro stealing.
Also, he's going to finish his career in Boston, obviously.
Yeah. Do you think it's hard for the Boston fans rooting against Kevin Love?
100%.
Yeah. Do you think it really tugs at their heartstrings? What if?
I mean, that's why T.J. McConnell was just like a knife to the gut.
Yeah.
Of the Garden, like, oh, he's beating our team. His name's T.J. and he has a Richard Spencer haircut. Oh, my brain's gonna explode. I gotta eat some more beans.
They do love eating beans. This series blows ass. I loathe it. I loathe the Boston Celtics. I think we all know how I feel about Brad Stevens.
It really feels like college basketball is usurping the NBA.
Yeah, it's dog shit. I like it's going to end up putting me in a position like I don't particularly want to root for the Warriors. You know what I mean? Like
right. Or the Rockets, honestly. I think the Warriors were exposed tonight.
Yeah. But I will watch the finals and I will think, I hope the Warriors run these guys down so hard so that I never have to watch them again.
but don't you kind of hate the Cavs too? It's a really unlikable team aside from LeBron.
It is incredible how bad they are. It is incredible how bad that roster is. It is mind-breaking.
Their roster is so bad. I found myself yesterday being like, they really should be playing Chetty Osman more.
Oh, yeah. Like, that would be a game changer. Because JR has only scored, 2 points in the series.
JR is toast. His career is over.
The thing is, he's going to go back to Cleveland, and he's going to hit 7 3-pointers in Game 3. Because this is what happened in the finals, too.
Yeah, but he looks so roast. He looks like layups on fast breaks kind of roasted, JR.
He's just like, I don't know if he likes sleeping in his own bed, but I mean, he looked so bad.
I suspect it doesn't mean much to him.
Yeah. And then he just hits I don't know. I mean, maybe he's fighting with LeBron. I mean, who knows what's happening?
Yeah,
but I just think Cleveland's going to be way better at home, or maybe not, or maybe the Celtics will sweep and it'll be completely insufferable.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What I will say is, I hate the Boston Celtics more than anyone, but I do kind of like the symmetry of LeBron's career. Once again ending. His Cleveland career once again ending in Boston.
It's poetic.
And hopefully there will be a rumor that J.R. Smith slept with his mom.
Oh, that would be great.
Oh, got a dream.
What if it was Jose Calderon though? If it was Jose Calderon, I'd be like, I could kind of see LeBron's mom being into that.
He's age appropriate.
He's Spanish, you know.
He provides her with the finest smoked and cured meats.
Yeah.
He's like, try these Marcona almonds.
He's just got a rose in his teeth.
This is called tapas. But the Celtics are. I just can't even abide this shit.
It's because of Ainge, though. It's
because of Ainge and Stevens. I don't necessarily blame the roster. I do think Tatum is boring as fuck, and I think that people talking themselves into Tatum being interesting should stop thinking so goddamn hard.
Corbin, I have never agreed with anyone more.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I just don't. That's the thing is, though, I hate Ainge so much, and I hate the fans. But yeah, the individual players. It's like I was getting into Terry Rozier.
But when they're okay, I was
I
talking
know,
to
but they're on the Celtics. It ruins it. I'm just saying.
yeah. I was talking to
feel
Wilms about this
weird
earlier in
rooting
the
against
week.
the shirts.
Marcus Smart, if he was on any other team, he could
your
be on the
favorite player in the league.
fucking Lakers, and I would be like, Marcus Smart's pretty cool. But like when you like put him in the lens of Celticsness, and they're like, and you hear somebody being like, this guy. I was rewatching the game today. That's the next thing we're gonna have to. I was rewatching the game today because I'm writing about Jeff Green, and at one point Van Gundy, I think, says like the league leader in grit or something along those lines. And it's just like when you put that shit in the lens of Celticsness, it's just fucking insufferable.
There's also the name Marcus specifically in that accent is very grating.
Marcus.
Marcus.
There's two of them now.
Yeah.
Marcus Maras.
Two guys with JAY prefixes. That's I feel like that's off-putting.
We got an email from a friend earlier this year who's a Celtics fan who referred to them as J-Tay and J-Bro, and nothing has made me more angry.
Well, J-Bro sounds like a friend that you masturbate with, right? Like that's
what you guys are,
that's
right?
like the beginning of like
it's like it's like a Keane and it's like your guys' relationship. It's
that's
like
what we do at the jerk-off factory where we work.
While Schilling watches you.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Marcus Smart, the thing about Boston fans is you often see people like Marcus Smart who on other teams would just be like, hey, he's a good basketball player. There's like this assumed moral component
oh my god
to it. And I don't know if that's just
Steve.
Boston
I mean,
being, like,
Steve. You've also
puritanical.
described Stevens perfectly.
Yeah, that like he's a good coach, but he's also like it's because he's a good person. It's because he doesn't ever drink or have fun or touch his wife below the waist. Like that's somehow the purity of it, and like it's in Boston, so it's pure. But like, there's something fucked up about. I'm gonna say it: a Mormon GM in a league full of black people, because the Mormon Church didn't accept black people until BYU wanted to get better at football in like the late 70s.
Sean, we're not playing the takes game tonight. You've had some very hot takes. That was rough. 5-pointers here.
Yeah.
J.R. Smith, bad person. Danny Ainge, Mormon.
Well, I'm just saying J.R. Smith has been very reckless with players' personal safety he like tore Jay Crowder's ACL.
Yeah, what was Jay
by
Crowder doing with
punching
that
him.
ACL anyway?
Yeah. I mean, it kind of makes him a better member of the Jazz now, but
of the grime time Jazz, if Marcus Smart was on the Jazz, I think it was cool.
God, but
he should be on the
a
Jazz.
guy. If he was just on the Jazz, he'd just be a guy. People would be like, yeah, that guy's a good bench player.
Yeah, but I think that
Celtics, he's like the cult. There's like a cult of like diving on the floor, and it's like, who cares, dude?
He's not. You know what I will say? I think that there's some people out there who have compared him to Tony Allen here and there, and they need to shut their fucking faces. Tony Allen was a fucking spiritual experience. Like,
well, I have a problem with them nicknaming Terry Rozier Scary Terry, because again, that is them like chasing the Tony Allen thing, because they used to call Tony Allen Trick or Treat Tony, which again, terrible nicknames both ways around. But it's like, we just want Tony Allen so bad.
Tony Allen's nickname was Tony Allen.
Yeah.
You notice no one called him that once he left Boston.
Yeah.
Except maybe an editor of a large media company.
Like a long reads media company?
Well, now short reads. Pretty short reads now.
I didn't say any of those things. Please hire me to write for your website. Thank you. There was another Oh yeah, we've been recording for a hot minute, but we have to talk about Mark and Jeff.
Yeah, we
What
do.
the fuck?
Oh.
I cannot believe he made fun. Jeff Van Gundy last night made fun of a man for being bald. Jeff Van Gundy is the baldest man I've ever seen.
He's the baldest motherfucker alive. He tried to shave his head and couldn't.
Well,
Because he needed to have the bald shit part.
Well, he also the reason he hasn't done it is because he had like disastrous hair plugs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Google. Hold on, I'll do it. Sorry, I don't need to make you.
Yeah, but these
like,
dudes, man, this is like this. It's like being trapped in a fucking jail cell with these guys, man.
It's like the end of Doctor Strange, too, where it's like, I have to live through the same conversation over and over. It's like a time loop.
Yeah. Yes,
It's like they're punishing me.
It's like you are Dormammu.
Yeah, exactly.
But and Van Gundy latching onto the Celtics is so aggravating, and just being like, "This is a good team," even though I'm watching this fucking game, Jeff. Like, I see how bad the Cavs are. Like, come on, stop. Tell me about Van Gundy's hair plugs. Also, Mark Jackson, get the fuck out of here. I just can't even. I can't believe that motherfucker's on TV.
He eventually He eventually got rid of them, but he had to He had to like shave around the hair plugs.
Oh my god. Because he's just the most embarrassing person imaginable.
Yes. Well, and do you know the story about when the team
His car
wrecked his car?
Yeah, do you know this story, Corbin?
I do not. Please fill me in.
It's the best story. Sean, go ahead.
So the Knicks come back from some trip, and it's like their charter plane drops everybody off, and everybody, like, I think they just park out
on the tarmac.
On the tarmac. So everybody's like leaving. They lose in the conference final. They're down in the conference finals, and then the charter plane's turning around, and the blast from the engine just lifts up his car, which was a 1995 Honda Civic, and it just like threw it over the ground, and it just went like end over end and over other cars. It also hit Allen Houston's Mercedes, but and then none of the players would give him a ride home, and so he ended up calling his wife and just being like, I guess I'm sleeping in the team offices tonight, and I'll see you in the morning. And apparently now he got a Toyota Camry to replace it.
Why didn't his wife pick him up? Why didn't he get a taxi?
I think because they were in like Westchester, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Where were they?
Yeah, because that's where the Knicks' weird practice facility used to be. Remember, up in weird, like, not in the city of New York.
Yeah, she.
In fairness, they moved to New York, and almost immediately teens started roasting Carmelo for wearing robes. So.
Yeah.
It was probably a good move.
Yeah, and I guess that would happen, except players are always like driving SUVs and cars that are, I guess luxury cars are probably a lot heavier, probably. I don't know.
So at some point during the game last night, Mark Jackson's... Okay, so it used to be the dynamic with Van Gundy and Jackson was like, Van Gundy's a coach, and Jackson's a player, and they got different opinions, and Jackson stinks, and Van Gundy's... I swear to God, there was a time where Van Gundy was a good color person, but...
Yeah, we all thought he was good for a while.
Yeah, but he's just lapsed into self-parody so aggressively that, like, I can't, it's unbearable. But now it's like they're both coaches, and so Van Gundy's constant thing where he's, like, always trying to give credit to literally any coach. Like, now Mark Jackson, like, hops on and is like, yeah, it is good that Ty Lue put LeBron back in the game. That's something Mark Jackson actually said, by the way, is I really like Ty Lue putting LeBron back in the game. Like, oh yeah, no shit. The best player of the last 20 years. It's good that he's in the game again.
You know what it feels like with these guys? It's that they're like trying to not piss off any other coaches as if to like protect their ability to get jobs in the NBA. But no one's ever hiring those two guys ever again.
They might hire Van Gundy.
But now.
But it kind of I think that Van Gundy doesn't want to work anymore.
No. You can't come back after like 10 years and just jump back in I mean, it just doesn't seem like, but it seems like they just bend over backwards. Like they'll say anything about a player and they're really defend the refs all the time. But it does feel like they're trying to protect job security for a job that they're never going to have again.
Somebody's going to hire Jackson. I hope.
Why don't the Orlando Magic just fall on the grenade and hire him?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who coaches there.
I really wanted the Suns to do it. Just like do it. He seems like a Suns coach.
And him with Sarver, man. Oh, they would hate
Can you imagine,
each other. They would hate each other.
Would he make Dragonbender cry?
Yeah, he would say that when Dragonbender was injured, he would tell them that everybody was
that he's rooting against the team.
He was cheering against the team. Poor Festus, man.
God, the greatest coaching tenure of my lifetime. In a certain, as far as like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Stuff. I don't know how good a coach Kerr is at all. On a certain level, because you could convince me either way that he was incredible or that Jackson was so heinous that that a replacement level coach,
right? Like, no, I totally agree with you.
Like,
but I think it's
20 extra
wins. Yeah, it can only be Mark Jackson because even the greatest coach in the world, because the roster didn't really change. They only added Sean Livingston
and started like shooting threes.
Yeah, stop throwing post-ups to Jermaine O'Neal when they had Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Who else? Somebody else really ridiculous posted up on that team. Barnes, maybe? Who am I thinking of?
Well, they would run post-ups for Klay a lot.
Yes, yes, because Klay is Joe Johnson.
No, Mark Jackson thought Klay Thompson was Allen Houston, is what he thought.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, he's tall and he shoots.
Hey, he's Allen Houston, gabagool. That's right, Mark Jackson's Italian now.
I don't think Mark Jackson watches very much basketball.
What do you think he does if he doesn't?
Preaches. I mean,
I guess that's true.
Gets extorted by strippers. Those are things he's enjoyed doing in the past.
Wonderful. Wonderful hobbies.
Here's another thing I guarantee is going to happen tomorrow with Mark Jackson. Are you ready? At some lull in the game, Jeff Van Gundy is going to bring up that the Bucks have hired Mike Budenholzer, and then Mark Jackson is going to praise Jason Kidd.
Okay.
I guarantee it.
Okay.
I guarantee that's happening tomorrow.
Yeah, that's going down. I feel that. I see that in my eyeballs. You know how I keep saying this, you know, I for some reason have decided to be the guy who kind of likes Reggie Miller.
You're right.
Yeah.
And you know, like, yeah, Miller and Weber are like goofy.
No, Reggie Miller is the best color commentator working the conference finals.
Yeah, well, I kind of like Weber. I think Weber is a bit of a you like it or you hate it kind of thing. But like,
I can't take it. He's a doofus.
He just talks too much.
Yeah, but
like
Reggie,
he does long stories. Reggie at least is like enthusiastic and concise.
Yeah,
even if they're bad opinions, like at least he gets it over with.
Yeah, yes, and like, you're not trapped in a room with them. Like, they're not like like,
yeah,
you're not like
fighting each other and ignoring the game.
Yeah, like it's not like you're watching your two aunts snipe at each other at a wedding for 2 hours. It's just like, Reggie's just here to have a good time, baby. Come on.
I just feel like I would love to see some ABC telecast that's happening, and those guys are just like, this is what you have to do in the playoffs, and just going back and forth and making shitty jokes about each other. And Mike Breen just makes them close their eyes and is like, what's the score of the game right now? There's no way they'd be able to answer.
What do you think Doris Burke is saying to herself, having to listen to them in an earpiece? Like,
God only knows, man.
Well, the other thing is, I think she's had to like experience Jeff Van Gundy being a blowhard forever, because I think he was wasn't he a Rick Pitino assistant in college? Maybe that's not right. I know she was like a star at the same time as Billy Donovan at Providence.
Oh.
And Pitino was the coach. Maybe Van Gundy was not involved there, but just like she's known this guy is kind of a blowhard for like 30 years, and yet she's still like behind him because he's male, basically.
Making us see Doris Burke during those games.
Yeah, it's
while that's what's going on. It's like, it's so cruel
because she's good at it.
She's the best at it.
It'd be like you'd be at, you're eating at a Taco Bell, and just somebody just walks by with a steak.
Wow.
It's like, you want to smell this for a second? Well, we're going now.
I don't know how I feel about you.
See you again in 25 minutes.
I don't know how I feel about you slandering the bell like this.
A delicious vegan meatloaf.
Thank you.
Okay.
Please. The bell is the bell, of course, is America's most vegetarian friendly.
It is, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because you can get a bean burrito there.
Yeah.
Shout out, big shout out to the bell. I haven't eaten there in more than a decade, but here we are. I don't know, what if, Hubie's still alive? He's only going to have so much time to call the finals. Huh?
That's a really good point.
Like it isn't even just Doris, too. It's, Hubie's on your payroll. That could be fun.
Yeah.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
You know who else has been good? Brent Barry.
Yeah, he works for
feels
TNT,
like
though.
ESPN theoretically can have all but 6 color commentators in the world, and they're still like, this is our first choice. Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson. This is the best we can do.
Mark Jackson especially. Because there was a time when Van Gundy was good. You could argue that Van Gundy is cruising off his prestige and has completely just, fucking lost his mind.
Yeah.
But Mark Jackson has always been this bad.
If there was just no Mark Jackson, it would be totally tolerable. Because Mike Breen knows how to, Jeff Van Gundy will say things to kind of, play devil's advocate, or he's being, willfully a little dumb, and Mark Jackson just tries to argue with everything.
Yeah, whereas Breen would be like, oh, okay, Jeff.
Oh, you idiot. All right, we're going to actually tell you who just got substituted into the game now. And instead, Breen's just got to wait for, an analogy about Tyrone Lue.
Do you think
he's a butterfly that spun silk?
Do you think Breen, when they go to commercials, is ever like, fuck you, you were talking on a play where I could have said bang really loud?
Yeah.
In fair, it's fun when he says bang.
Yeah,
they shouldn't talk when he says, yeah, it's fun. It's a good catchphrase.
It's a good call. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I also would not mind one single announcer. Just like let Ian Eagle do the game by himself. Like Kevin Harlan do the game by himself. I don't need a second guy.
Or
it's just not that complicated what's happening.
Damn. Okay.
Right?
I guess. It's... Yeah, but also, I'm not here to change paradigms. You know what I mean? Somebody likes this.
3 is too many.
Three is certainly too many. If you're at the very least, if you're not playing baseball.
I feel like you could even get by with just like the in-arena PA guy, and it would be a discernible thing.
I mean, I don't know.
But one, I think you should have one, at least. But no more than 2.
Joey, your thoughts?
I'm sorry, I missed what the question was.
Okay.
No more than one what?
Nick Young, older or younger?
For a basketball game.
Only one color commentator? Yeah, I'm
saying like what if you just had like Iron Eagle just do the game by himself?
I think you need 2 guys.
I don't think you do.
If it's a blowout, like it's fun to get like when they get a little loopy.
Yeah, but didn't Chick Hearn never have a partner for like 35 years?
Bill King also did not. The only broadcaster to ever get a technical in a finals game.
Mike Rice got thrown out of a game once.
But was it an NBA Finals game?
No, it wasn't an NBA Finals game. God, that was the worst announcer. I don't know how much time you guys spent with Mike and Mike. Oh boy.
Oh, the old guys they had.
Yeah, they got rid of them recently.
Yeah, and isn't that a big? Don't people with the Blazers? Isn't that a big fight between Blazers fans whether they want the old guys back?
I honestly think that every genuine Blazer fan except me is on Mike Rice's side. That's
crazy.
Mike Rice will still be mad at will still quote tweet stuff that says things like they never should have gotten rid of you, Mike. It's been 2 years, and he's still quote tweeting these things and being like, "Yeah, absolutely, bunch of snakes."
Wait, seriously?
Stuff. Yeah.
He's not thank you quote tweet. He's like, "Yeah, fuck the Blazers."
Yes. yes. He continues to quote tweet things and be like, "Yeah, they never should have fired me."
That's crazy.
Yeah. There was another thing about him. Oh, and his son was Mike Rice, the Rutgers guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he was a maniac when he would call Blazers games. He would act like a lunatic, Mike Rice. And sometimes it was hard not to watch and maybe kind of think hey, I wonder why his son's like that. Because you seem like a maniac, and your son is there's court documents stipulating that he is a maniac, and maybe it's kind of weird that you work here because it's possible that you turned your son into a maniac.
You may be a rageaholic.
Yeah. Also, Colorado's great. Maybe he's lost a step, but Mike Barrett was a Republican. Get that guy the fuck out of here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool place.
Yeah.
He'd wear a hashtag not my mayor button on the.
Yeah, it's not his mayor because he lives in fucking Lake Oswego, probably.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Isn't that where Kevin Love's from?
That is where Kevin Love is from.
Yeah. One time, Damian Lillard posted a picture from his back porch in Lake Oswego, and he was living the good life. And Kevin Love replied with "Hell yeah, love Lake Oswego."
And Dame's I gotta delete this picture now.
Yeah, nah, Dame.
I'm no longer a team leader. Did Kevin Love come back to the Blazers?
Come back.
Come back to Oregon. Come home.
People hate him here.
They do?
Yeah.
Because he went to UCLA.
Yes. Yeah,
was it also because he was there that night with Mark Cuban?
I don't know.
When Mark Cuban sexually assaulted that woman?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I haven't heard about this.
And Kevin Love was the alibi.
Yeah.
Just like he was.
Mark Cuban,
Mark
Cuban literally told the Portland police, I didn't do it. Call Kevin Love.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Yeah,
Kevin Love also loves chocolate milk, Corbin. Although Klay Thompson endorsing chocolate milk is the most perfect marriage of athlete and product. Doesn't Klay just feel just kind of like a big tall glass of chocolate milk?
Ugh. Are you sure? Are you sure you want to keep saying this? Are you like 100% sure you want to double down on this?
I guess I want to walk that one back.
Yeah, you probably should, huh? Huh? Isn't that a good idea to not say that about a? Huh? Yeah. Ooh.
I guess I just don't see color, Corbin. And
are you sure? Because it kind of sounds like you do see color, and you give it really weird metaphors. It's just, I'm just shooting off the hip here. Bang bang. Do we have anything else to talk about? Or are we worried that Keane will accidentally say more racist stuff?
I mean, that ship has sailed. The internet's gonna be all over me.
Yeah, you're dead, dude. It's
fucking
over for Sean Keane.
Andrew Polk Part 2.
Yeah.
You know that guy,
Coach
right?
Bud? Are you excited about Coach Bud?
Am I excited about Coach Bud?
Coach Bud going to the Bucks?
Why the fuck would I be excited? I'm a Blazer fan.
You like Giannis, right?
Yeah, everybody likes Giannis. Yeah, I guess it's cool. I kind of thought. Who did the Raptors fire?
Dwayne Casey.
I kind of thought Dwayne was the play
was
there,
gonna happen.
but Bud is an excellent coach. It'll probably work out.
I just like it when a guy who is so talented and hasn't really had a real coach. I mean, who's like ever?
It's been like
right?
It's been basically like Kidd and interims, right?
Well, I think wasn't he there when Scott Skiles was the coach briefly?
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, interims.
Yeah, but I mean, like even guys who have had bad pro coaches have had like some point in their life when they've had like a structured basketball program and a coach. And Giannis has maybe never had, like literally never in his life, had a legit basketball coach.
Yeah, should be good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be really good next year.
I agree. Hey, congrats to Giannis.
Good job, buddy.
Also, stay away from the bottle, Mike. Milwaukee, cold, dark place. Midwest.
It's at first I was like, does Corbin know something weird about Mike?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
No, you made the joke on my podcast that you said he has a drinking problem.
I did?
Yeah, Mike. Yes, you. I think maybe, but Mike Budenholzer does have a drinking problem.
He does.
I don't think that was me.
Yes, he got
no idea.
Yeah, he got a DUI.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, right? Am I crazy?
I don't know.
Oh, he was not guilty.
He was found not guilty.
Oh.
I mean, Yeah, he
did get a broken
testified
tail
on his own behalf. He was found guilty of a charge of defective or no taillights, and not guilty.
Oh, it says that he thinks the trooper may have been confused about the coach being impaired because he has chronic redness around his eyes. Previously,
I had a DUI stop for that once back in my swim coaching days when my eyes were red from chlorine and I had to do a field sobriety test.
Huh. Mike Budenholzer, a big apology for accusing you of being a drunk.
And in fact, like I think that will make him a stronger coach. Like he's not gonna accuse someone unfairly of giving bad effort, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, like Jabari Parker or Eric Bledsoe, maybe?
I think he's going to help all those guys.
I think there maybe isn't a lot you can do for Bledsoe.
I think he'll play pretty hard in his contract year.
Yeah, but also...
just don't extend him.
I think
enjoy the fruits.
I think the key to getting Eric Bledsoe to play hard is threatening to send him to a hair salon.
Oh yeah, he doesn't
Like,
want
if
to
you
be
don't
there.
play hard tonight, I'm gonna send you to a hair salon.
Oh yeah, he tweeted from a hair salon once. Did this right? Okay, cool. Got it.
You know, he's also already looked like the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks for about a decade. So,
hey, can I say something about your guys' podcast?
Sure can.
I'm really mad you had an episode where you spent a bunch of time talking about who eats ass in the NBA with a guest
and that's
than me.
Completely my fault. It's completely my fault. I was so inspired by your comments on it. I just couldn't wait. And I
understand. But it's just, I'm sitting here losing my mind. Like, all I want to do is talk about who doesn't eat ass in the NBA. Klay Thompson.
Well, you have us on now. You can.
Were we really wrong about anybody on the podcast?
Klay Thompson definitely eats ass.
Yeah, that's what I say. You said no, Joey?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Last night he literally made a butthole and put it on his mouth and then kissed it. What? Come on. You're telling me he's not telling the ladies of the world that he's willing to chow down on number 2? Come on.
I feel like all of his body language always says that too.
That I'm here to eat ass, baby.
I mean, I'll do it. I'm not going to force myself on your ass, but let it be known.
Klay Thompson's down.
Yeah.
I can't. Kerr, I have to admit, you guys were discussing Kerr. I really couldn't make a decision on that one. Part of me feels like West Coast, Sunshine, California, loose values kind of guy.
San Diego.
Yeah, the ass-eating capital of the West Coast, certainly.
Well, he also spent a lot of time in Beirut. You got to remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is that does that promote or demote his?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
I think you were right though. Him being in Portland for 2 years, I think definitely swings things towards
that'll fucking get you.
Eats ass.
Yeah. And we're just gonna look at the Cavs roster real quick. Go through some quick do they or don't they? LeBron James.
Sure.
LeBron James. Yeah, probably.
Not always, but yeah.
Yeah, not all. Here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Love. Yes,
no.
But in a shameful way. Kevin Love's into shame stuff, I think.
Yeah, he'll only do it if the girl sits on his face.
Yeah, and
he feels like he has no choice.
And calls him a little baby and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Kevin Love orders used panties on the internet and has their owners call him and chew him out and say that he's dog shit and stuff like that. JR.
And then sometimes he just has his uncle do it for free.
Boo. Who, Mike Love? Oh, yeah, Mike Love.
Yeah.
Mike Love.
Second Mike Love joke of the night.
JR 100%.
Yeah, JR, absolutely. Tristan Thompson. Yeah.
No.
Not looking good. Corver. Interesting.
I think Corver definitely does.
Corver's I think he's a real. He reminds me of a wolf in some ways.
He licks everything, Kyle Korver.
Yeah, and he's but he's also transitory. He's been in a lot of cities, and so he's he does whatever it takes to stay on the roster
to make his goals happen. George Hill.
No.
No way. Seti Osman.
It's actually illegal in Indiana.
Yeah,
so
he's been hiding from sodomy laws his whole life.
Yeah.
Seti Osman.
Yes.
I think no.
I don't know, man.
Isn't he a Muslim? I don't know why that would make a difference. He's an NBA player, but I feel like he might. I think maybe in Eastern Europe it might be a little more.
He's Turkish,
possibly.
Yeah, he's Turkish.
Yeah, but I feel like he might be religious. That's all.
I forget, how do you spell Erdogan's name?
Erdogan.
Yeah. No information about Seti Osman's opinions about Erdogan, I'm afraid. Shout out to Enes Kanter, who really fucking turned around how I feel about him because he's the most unwatchable dude imaginable, but he also tells Erdogan to fuck off.
this is a thing that we fight about, you and I, and Corbin. We agree that him telling Erdogan to fuck off is awesome, but everything else about him sucks. So he is not cool.
He broke his arm punching a folding chair.
Yeah, but who hasn't been there?
One of the least cool things you can do.
Jordan Clarkson.
Okay, does it change your...
Sorry, go ahead.
Does it change your opinion... Does it change your opinion on Chetty Osman if you know he was born in Macedonia?
Ooh.
Home of Alexander the Great, who 100%
absolutely ate all kinds of ass.
Alexander the Great at analingus is actually the long version of that.
Analingus the Great. Actually, history has lost the original meaning of his name. Man, I gotta say, Macedonia, my man eats ass.
Yeah.
Jordan Clarkson, I couldn't have less of an opinion on the matter.
Shooter's gonna shoot. I think he does.
Kendrick Perkins.
No.
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 Too much toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he's just too much of a dom.
Rodney Hood.
Oh, for sure, dude.
I think he doesn't. I think he's bad at everything.
I spent all day writing about Jeff Green, and I can fucking tell you that there's absolutely no way that dude eats ass.
No. I bet like people always have really high hopes for his ass eating.
Yeah, and he collapses. Look, I'll say it if nobody. Jeff Green doesn't even eat pussy.
No.
Jeff Green does not do anything aside from the minimum amount of effort required.
Yet I bet he's like always in a relationship somehow.
Oh, always.
In a parallel to his NBA career.
Always. Jose Calderon, yes, absolutely, of course.
Yeah, 100%.
If Spain doesn't do it, Canada will. Ante Zizic.
I can't. I don't have.
Couldn't tell you. Okara White couldn't tell you. Larry Nance Jr.
I think yes.
I think so too. He went to Wyoming.
Well, yeah, not a lot to do in Wyoming.
Oh, you know what? I don't think he does because he has Crohn's disease, and so he has to stick to like a really strict diet.
So he can't eat ass.
I just think he doesn't want to risk it.
Accidentally.
I'll tell you. I think Larry Nance Sr. definitely does, though.
Yeah, that's fair. Everybody on the Showtime Lakers eats ass.
Oh yeah,
Larry Nance Sr. wasn't on the Showtime Lakers.
He wasn't?
No, he was on the Suns.
No, they Jerry West was infuriated by Dr. Buss's insistence that they take this like white 3-point specialist instead of Larry Nance in one draft.
Huh.
Yeah.
Was he right?
No, he was very
awesome.
much wrong. Yeah, the Showtime Lakers would have been like 75-7 every year if they had Larry Nance.
Larry Nance? Oh yes, I know who Larry Nance.
Larry Nance beat Dr. J in a dunk contest.
I'm just pulling up the Showtime Lakers roster here, just real quick. Kareem, yes, absolutely eats ass. Tony Campbell, suspect he eats ass. Michael Cooper,
100%.
Couldn't eat ass more. AC Green,
nope.
No, because of the virgin stuff.
Until third, yeah.
Yeah. Magic Johnson.
They literally had to have him on that team just so there was like a designated driver at some point. Like someone has to not be in a cocaine-fueled three-way if there's an emergency.
Don't worry, I'm coming to get you. Magic Johnson. Yes. Jeff Lamp. I can't even fucking remember who Jeff Lamp. I don't know who Jeff Lamp is. Looks like a career 5.2 win shares for Jeff Lamp. Gonna assume he eats ass. Wes Matthews.
Yes. He was crazy too.
Kurt Rambis, fucking.
Oh, while wearing the glasses.
Yes.
Sure.
Hell, look, only way to do it, if you ask me. Byron Scott, yes.
No.
Oh
yes.
No.
Oh, because he can't relate to millennials.
Yeah.
And millennials love eating
ass.
ass.
What Byron Scott is like. There's no way.
Yeah, that's true.
I just feel like if he was on the Showtime Lakers, like you did everything.
I don't think Byron Scott did. I think Byron Scott him and AC Green were just like talking about how crazy these guys were.
Mark Smrek.
Oh, yep.
Or Mike Smrek, pardon me. Yes, Billy Thompson.
Sure.
My dude's name is Billy. Of course he did.
Yeah.
Michael Thompson. Holy fuck yes.
100%.
So, yeah.
Actually conceived clay through eating ass. A little known fact.
He's like a 60-year-old man whose Twitter handle is champagne in nuts. He definitely eats ass.
Ray Tolbert. Yes. Milt Wagner.
Oh,
sure.
For sure. DeJuan Wagner's dad.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Isn't
Yeah.
it DeJuan Wagner's dad?
Sounds right, yeah.
James Worthy couldn't have eaten more ass.
You know what I'm going to tell you right now, though? You know who doesn't eat ass? Michael Jordan.
Oh, well, guess what we're on now? 1996, Chicago Bulls. Randy Brown, does he eat ass?
Yes.
Judd Buellscher, does he eat ass?
Yes.
Yeah, Arizona.
Jason Caffrey, does he eat ass?
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
I watched him eat ass playing for the Warriors for a few years, so yeah.
James Edwards, does he eat ass?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jack Haley, absolutely. There's no way that Jack Haley doesn't eat ass.
He's probably eaten more ass than almost anyone in NBA.
Ron Harper did eat ass, but then he started playing with Michael Jordan and was shamed out of it.
But like Cleveland Ron Harper?
Oh my God. Nom nom nom. Michael Jordan, no way.
No.
Absolutely fucking not. Can I offer a very brief rejoinder? Have you guys ever read Halberstam's book about Michael Jordan?
I have.
Yeah.
There is a part in the book where he is talking about how Scottie Pippen and not Rodman, the one before Rodman.
Horace Grant.
Horace Grant, thank you. Were
yes, he eats ass.
Like
Harvey does not, though.
Couldn't does he wear the goggles?
Yeah, of course, dude.
But there was talking about how Michael Jordan had a gift that they didn't, which was that Michael Jordan was a superhuman compartmentalizer. And like he could just like stay out all night fucking smoking cigars and gambling and stuff and just like not give a shit about any like every moment was the same moment to Michael Jordan. And so I don't think that Michael Jordan ate ass, but if you told me that he did and he like sort of was able to put that in a different part of Michael Jordan, it wouldn't shock me.
I just think again with Michael Jordan, it's like it's a toxic masculinity thing.
Yeah, that could be true. I
think he'd be really.
He does love Whitney Houston,
finding
though.
Out like Karl Malone doesn't either.
Oh
I
no,
think
absolutely
toxic
not.
Masculinity.
Ooh, Stockton, an interesting one.
No,
hard to imagine Stockton's not a generous lover.
The only Utah Jazz player in the history of their franchise up until 3 years ago that ate ass was Andre Kirilenko.
Oh. You think Greg? I think Greg Ostertag might have too.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. Steve Kerr.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll say yes.
Not often.
I don't think he did on the '96 Bulls. I think it was later.
Yeah. Tony Kukoc.
Yes.
Holy shit, yes.
And before games, like too much ass before games to the point where it impaired his playing.
To the point where he was like bloated. Like, I ate too much ass.
Like, this is how we did it in Yugoslavia. We have
Luke
friggin' meal.
Luke Longley.
Australian, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, good point. Well, New Zealander, like ultra yes. Like, is there an ass inside the ass he can eat?
Yeah, he's.
Pippen.
Not until he got to Portland.
Yeah.
Because he was just like, there were too many, like he was too worried about Michael, and then he went to the Rockets, and like he had Barkley there. I think like in Portland he was able to spread his wings a little bit.
Does Barkley eat ass?
Wait, hold on. I think every single one of Scottie Pippen's relationships ended because he refused to eat ass in the fourth quarter.
Joey, that's the dumbest thing that's ever been said on either of our podcasts. I just really want to congratulate you. Dennis Rodman. Got to imagine.
Yes. Yeah.
If you told me he didn't and that he was just like playing a dude who ate ass, I wouldn't be like stunned or anything. But he probably eats ass. John Sally.
I'm glad you asked this. Definitely.
That's why they called him.
He's the host of the best damn ass eating show.
Well, they called him Spider Sally because like a spider kind of looks like a butthole,
and he loved eating them so much.
Yeah,
Dickie Simpkins.
Have you seen what Dickie Simpkins looks like?
Let's.
I'm pretty sure he does.
So Dickie Simpkins could not possibly eat more ass.
Well, Dickie Simpkins, the best thing about him is that because the Bulls were feuding with Scottie Pippen's agent, they traded Jason Caffey for no reason to the Warriors in '98 just to keep him from getting a ring. And they got Dickie Simpkins in return. And it almost cost them the title.
Hey, in case you guys were wondering, Dickie Simpkins has a who is Dickie Simpkins dating page.
Whoa.
It says, who is he dating right now? According to our records, Dickie Simpkins is possibly single. Relationships. We have no records of past relationships for Dickie Simpkins. Dickie Simpkins is a 46-year-old American basketballer born April 6, 1972 in Fort Washington, Maryland. His zodiac sign is Aries. And last...
I can't believe Dickie Simpkins was only like 25 on that team because I thought he was like 35.
He looks 50, right?
Also, I wonder if there was a point when he's like thought about switching just to Richard and then was like, my last name's Simpkins. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't have any dignity to reclaim here. And last, and certainly not least, Bill Wennington.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Definitely.
That's a lot of ass eating on that team.
All right,
and that's why they were one of the greatest teams of all time.
I mean, we need to ask the final question though.
Phil Jackson?
Yeah, does Phil Jackson?
I think it depends on if Tex Winter eats ass.
Tex Winter does not eat ass.
And the answer is yes, because that's what the original triangle of the triangle offense was.
You do know that buttholes don't look like triangles, right?
No. It's the entire perineum area. You know, it's the 3 points.
When was the last? When was the last Spurs championship season?
The what?
98.
Yeah.
The last Spurs championship season?
Oh,
2014.
Thank you. Okay, we have one more to do. Thank you so much for telling me.
Well, there's another famous team I would like to do as well.
Okay. Okay. Please pull it up. We will do it.
I would like to do the Bad Boy Pistons.
Oh, yes, fine. 19. What do we want? What do we want? The 80, 89 or 90?
I think 90 is more interesting.
I agree. 1990 Pistons. Okay. Okay, Mark Aguirre.
Yup.
Yeah.
William Bedford.
I think no. It sounds like a preacher.
I agree. A big man, it should be noted. Known for their ass-eating big men. Joe Dumars.
No.
There's no way. James.
He's too busy talking on 2 phones.
Yeah, you can't talk on 2 phones and eat ass.
Yeah.
You need to spread the cheeks. James Edwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dave Greenwood.
I mean, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Sean, did you think you knew who he was? I don't know.
At first, I was like, "Oh, Dave Green." No, and then
I don't. I also don't know who Dave Greenwood is. Scott Hastings.
No.
Hastings is.
I don't think so.
Hastings is a very British name.
Yeah, it's too stodgy.
Which suggests reservations, I think. Gerald Henderson.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
What about Gerald Henderson Jr.?
Yes.
Yeah.
Vinny Johnson, the microwave.
100%.
Oh, yeah, he heats it up.
A Stan Kimbrough. Look, all I know is that a dude named Stan either has never eaten ass or exclusively eats ass. Boy, Stan Kimbrough, interesting career. 1.6 points a game on the 90 Pistons, and then
He's also a 5'11" point guard.
yeah, did not play. Sacramento 1.7 points a game. How the fuck was Stan Kimbrough in the NBA twice?
He weighed 153 pounds.
He weighed quite literally 69 kilograms, it appears.
Oh,
Well, then he definitely
So yeah,
does.
then
Yeah.
yes, he eats ass. There's just no way around it. All right,
He only played 10 games on that
the
Pistons team.
centrally interesting person on this list.
Yes, this is the reason I wanted
Yeah,
to
the
do this.
the sages have wondered over a course of centuries. Does Bill Laimbeer eat ass?
I feel like he's kind of too selfish to do it, but then I'm like, he's like the dirtiest player, so he'd want to do the dirtiest things.
The dirtiest
Yeah.
sex act.
I think yes, because he went to Notre Dame.
Can I
Catholic, that repressed Catholicism. I think he's doing dirty
can
shit.
I throw in some
Also,
other?
he started off in Cleveland. I feel like that's, for some reason, I think that's an ass-eating city.
A piece of information that could or could not contribute. Arguably the greatest WNBA coach of all time.
Right.
Yeah.
How does that affect whether or not Bill Laimbeer eats ass?
I don't know if he did on the Pistons. I don't know if he does now, but at some point he did. I just don't think he would have been able to be a successful WNBA coach without
having
understanding,
having generosity. Yeah. Ralph Lewis,
Don't care.
Rodman, yes. Sally, yes. And last and least, Isaiah Thomas.
No
I think
fucking
no.
way.
Absolutely
no way.
No. Okay. Not.
I don't think he does any foreplay at all. I think it's all off the table.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Nah. Okay. Yeah, all right. Here's our last team because it's getting to be 1 a.m.
Oh, Chuck Daly definitely.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
by the way.
100%. Yeah.
I mean, and especially a lot during the '92 Olympics. In particular.
Jordan caught wind of it and was disgusted.
Yeah.
Okay. There's actually one more team we're gonna do after this next team, so because it got brought up, so we'll get to it. Okay. But first the Spurs. Okay, Jeff Ayers.
Changed his name.
Yes. He. What did he used to be?
Pentagram.
It was a long name.
Or
right?
Jeff Pentagraph.
Okay.
Pentagram.
I think, you know what I'm going to
He
say?
went to USC, right?
Here's what I think. I think Jeff Pendergraph, yes. Jeff Ayers, no.
Yeah, I feel that.
Oh.
I feel that. He
Yeah,
did
that's
change his name to Pentagram, and there is no more satanic sex act than the devouring of ass. Aaron Baines.
New Zealander?
Australian,
right?
yeah.
You've seen his hair.
New Zealander.
Right?
Hasn't eaten ass since he's gotten to the Celtics, though.
No, you're not allowed to.
You know, yeah. If Danny finds out, you're off the fucking team.
Yeah.
Larry, never mind. Dream Team's coming up. We'll get to the. Okay. Marco Bellinelli, yes, absolutely. There's no disagreement here, right, Marco? There's no. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Bonner.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Not all the time.
No, but yeah.
I think he's very GGG. They
Yeah.
say good, giving in game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it's not his favorite thing, but if he cares about his partner and they ask,
Yeah, absolutely.
he
plays the
he
song.
He does
that's
it. Yeah.
Yeah, he plays.
He
the
also
songs that get
lives in
requested.
Austin.
Yeah.
A disgusting,
the Portland of the South.
A filthy ass-eating town. For certain. It's the only way to keep cool in the hot summers. Is to eat ass. Shannon Brown.
No. No, he was on the Kobe. He was on that Kobe team.
Kobe shames that out of you.
He might have done it before, but not after.
Austin Day.
Gonzaga. No.
Yeah, no.
I also want to say that I think of those like Laker championship teams, besides Lamar, it's just like Lamar and Luke Walton, basically.
Wait, hold on. Pau Gasol eats ass.
Okay, he might have eaten ass before he got to LA, but he stopped.
I also think Sasha Vujacic definitely eats ass, Sean.
Oh, that's probably right.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But Pau Gasol, I could also see like his parents are his mom's a doctor. I could see him being like, the public health study. He's read a lot of public health studies about it, and
are there public health studies about analingus?
I would think that would make him more likely to eat ass because he's not scared of the human body.
I just think he might like know the health risk. I bet Pau Gasol's like really into safe sex. Pau Gasol, I bet, is like might be a dental dam guy even.
Like whenever he's hooking up with somebody, he's like, "Where are the dental dams?" What the fuck?
The CDC says.
Austin Day.
No, he went to Gonzaga.
No, sorry,
Gonzaga
we already talked about
eats
that.
ass.
We already said.
Except for Roni Turioff.
Oh yeah, Roni Turioff definitely eats ass. And Stock.
Adam Morrison does too.
Never mind. We're gonna get to the dream team. Okay.
Yeah.
Nando DeColo.
Yes. Listen to his name.
DeColin. Yeah. It's actually Nando the ass eater. It's right in his fucking name.
Actually, it was a mistake. His name is actually Ando Del Colin, and they just the N got moved over.
At Ellis Island.
Jesus Christ.
They just moved the comma over one.
Okay, there could not be more yeses for Boris Dia. He not only eats ass, he enjoys the taste.
Yes.
He regards it as a delicacy. He does it in French restaurants. He goes to French restaurants, reserves rooms, and like gets like caviar and like eats caviar like with ass at the same time. He's depraved.
It's why he struggled with his weight. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's actually how he got into shape. Instead of snacking, he ate ass.
That was why he didn't work on the Bobcats too. Is that Jordan was just like disgusted by his ass eating, and so we had to.
And he was like, but if you go from like D'Antoni to Popovich, I feel like that's a very analingus friendly coaching situation. Like a lot of freedom of movement.
Yeah, that's true.
Sharing everything.
Tim Duncan.
I think no.
Oh, see, I think yeah. He's got a wizard tattoo.
Fuck yeah, Tim Duncan eats ass. I was on the fence, but the second you mentioned the wizard tattoo,
you know what? He's the ultimate teammate.
Ginobili, yeah.
Yes.
You know what? You know what Tim Duncan does though? When he eats ass, he goes off the glass.
I'm not sure that makes sense.
It's very fundamental, his ass eating. I'll tell you.
He like takes a piece of glass and puts it under the.
He just knows all the angles.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's like a mirror involved, maybe.
Who knows?
Glass bottom boat.
Yes, he eats ass on a glass bottom boat. Sean. Danny Green.
No.
Yeah, North Carolina. No way.
Yeah, he didn't. He'd be a better player if he did.
Yeah, he should have, certainly. Damian James.
I don't have an opinion.
I don't believe he was on the Spurs very long. We're talking 39 career games played for Damian James. I'm looking at him. I don't think he eats ass. Otheus Jeffers.
I mean, with that name, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm looking at Otheus Jeffers right now. This motherfucker eats ass. Corey Joseph, Canadian.
Look, Canadian makes me lean towards yes, but that beard he has makes me say no. The like Smash Mouth chin strap.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
The guy from Smash Mouth eats ass, though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But not Smash Mouth's disciples. You're saying?
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard.
I think no.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. I think no as well.
And he doesn't explain why either.
And I think no as
he
well.
He just isn't there. They're like, we're expecting him to show up at the ass, and he's like, talk to my team. Talk to my
his
uncle.
uncle's like, his uncle's like, he doesn't eat ass until you pay him more.
Yeah.
Okay. Look. Yes, probably 90%. We're in the 95 percentile on Kawhi Leonard. I think.
As a no.
As a no. I think there's like a 5% chance.
He did go to San Diego State.
Yeah, he did. And also, like, there's a 5% chance that dude represses literally everything and does some truly heinous sex stuff.
Yeah. You know what though? I think he thinks like, oh, I have such large hands. I don't need to get my mouth involved.
That's true. Oh man, he probably is incredible at fingering people.
That's what I'm saying.
God damn. I didn't even think about that. Patty Mills.
Patty Mills is
yes.
Yeah, Australia.
Australian, went to school at St. Mary's. I think that's for sure yes.
Tony Parker.
Obviously, he eats other people's wives' asses. He eats his own wife's ass.
He eats Ava Longoria's ass. He's incredible.
He's actually been taking up yoga to see if he can someday eat
his own ass. Tiago.
Yeah, I think he does.
He's from Brazil, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
And Malcolm Thomas. No.
I don't know who that
Trust
is.
me. No. I'm looking at him. No way. Okay.
Okay.
This is the very last one. But it is, of course, the most important of all. It will. This is a debate that will inspire arguments throughout the ages. The United States basketball, 1992 men's national team roster.
Yes.
Wait, before we get to this, Popovich definitely eats ass, right?
Nah, I don't think so. He seems like a meat and potato sex guy to me.
But he's so like, he was in the CIA.
He's very
so
worldly.
like
He's
openly liberal.
He's very worldly.
Yeah.
But he was just married to the same woman for like 40 years. And
eventually you gotta. I will say this. Eventually you gotta.
I just wondered if is he too old? You know what I mean? And that was like completely off the menu. I don't know. But I think I would lean towards strongly yes. Lean strong.
I'm with you.
I mean, Don Nelson definitely eats ass.
Don Nelson
like
is eating.
generation
Don Nelson
guy.
is eating ass right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Don Nelson was playing with Bill Russell, who, of course,
Yeah.
and while Popovich was in like the military.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Russell, yes, absolutely, no question. Will Chamberlain, yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jerry West, no.
Fuck no.
And actually, he doesn't even remember his successful sexual encounters. He only remembers his failures. And harms them.
But
And also sometimes he would come really close, and then Bill Russell would take that ass away from him.
would push his head away.
Yeah.
but luckily,
That's why he had to get Wilt Chamberlain.
To be like, come on, get out of here, Bill.
But luckily, Gail Goodrich eats tons of ass, so that
that
court
made up
evens
for it.
out. Yeah.
Baylor, don't even get me started.
Oh my god, he was ahead of his time. He's underrated.
All right,
Don't forget about
all right.
The first guy who ate ass. People forget.
Yeah,
he should have been the logo, just on his hands and knees, just
spreading them cheeks. Here we are, the U.S. men's basketball national team roster.
The dream team, if you will.
The dream team.
We're about to decide, is it the ass's dream team?
A power forward, wearing the number 4, Christian Leitner.
No. Oh, yes, actually. No, I think yeah.
I think
He's
no.
like
I think no.
secret...
Duke is a real strike against you on that one, man.
Yeah, but you got to remember he's like a con man.
Well, he's like a juvenile delinquent, but I think he's probably a mistake.
No, but he
Like, he's
also
a con
conned all
man
those
now.
people out of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the very least, when he was on the dream team, no way.
Yeah.
See, I think he's a sleaze. I think yes. He's like just full sleaze bag.
I don't think he's giving enough.
That's also
just
Yeah,
selfish.
but there could be sort of like an emotional manipulation to his ass eating.
Yeah, he's only done it for evil.
which is a horrible reason to do such a beautiful and natural act.
Yeah.
A center, wearing the number 5, David Robinson.
No.
See, I think yes.
You're gonna have to sell me on this one.
He was in the Navy, so he's familiar with poop decks, dude.
Oh boy.
Boy, that is the one branch of the military. Army and Air Force, absolutely not. Even Marines, no.
He's so Christian.
Look, I just wanted to make the poop deck joke. It's definitely no.
Okay.
He's got that all.
There are
uniform
some
he's gotta
Navy
wear all the time.
There are some Navy men I'll give it to.
Oh, for
it's
sure.
definitely the ass eatingest
Staubach
branch
did,
of the
right?
Yeah. It's the ass eatingest branch of the military for certain.
For sure.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Except the Marines. Marines do not eat ass. A center.
Well, no one provides them with any ass. They don't have any requisitions for that.
Yeah.
Weirdly, the Rangers though say their motto is "No ass left behind." So.
Well, and then of course that elite squad, SEAL Team Licks, they're unstoppable when they make a raid.
I'm incredibly mad at you. A center. Wearing the number 6. Patrick Ewing.
Too sweaty, no.
I think he's a no, and I think it like he's occasionally tried, but like he takes him forever. Gets down there, you know.
Plus, if he had, it would have been in that Gold Club deposition.
Right.
That's true.
I got aroused.
Patrick Ewing, I was gonna lean yes because he did play for the Knicks, but you
I also think
convinced me.
He's from Jamaica as well, which I think I feel like there might be some cultural stigma attached to it.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. A small forward, wearing the number 7. Possibly the most controversial entry on this list. No, it's actually not. It's Larry Bird.
I think Larry Bird does.
I think so too. He's
Larry
quiet
Bird.
about it, but
Larry Bird's a guy who ended his career because he was paving his own driveway. Like, that's a guy who gets dirty. You know, he likes to get his hands dirty. He gets work done.
Mm-hmm.
Counter.
Mm-hmm.
Celtics.
Sure.
Bad sign. And seems a little uptight. Especially,
I think he's
especially now.
But you also have to remember, like, he loves Lance Stevenson. You know what I mean?
Stevenson. There's a Jackie McMullen story about her bringing like a somewhat nice bottle of wine, and he and his wife are like, "We never spend more than $7 on red wine, and we like drink 2 bottles every night." Like, I just think he's had such a loose life.
Wait a minute.
I could see
Larry Bird drinks 2 bottles of wine every night.
like he and his wife do. I think Larry Bird might.
God
I don't
damn.
know. I'm not calling him an alcoholic, but like
No,
also,
I'm not saying he's an alcoholic. I'm just saying 2 bottles of wine a night. Like, yeah, like that guy probably eats ass.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, and I also
yeah.
have 2 more pieces of information that I think point to yes.
Uh-huh.
One, the wedding cake story.
Right, exactly.
He's very decadent.
Can you fill me in on the wedding cake story?
One time when he was injured, he ate an entire wedding cake every day.
He
and
gained
kept
like
ordering
30 pounds.
Yeah. He kept ordering wedding cakes from this one bakery, and then they were like, "Why wedding cakes?" And he was like, "Because nobody's gonna screw up a wedding cake." Two. His rejection of Bobby Knight.
Oh.
He went to Indiana. He was there like 2 weeks, and he was like, "I hate this Bobby Knight guy. I am leaving."
He's basically a cutter from Breaking Away. Right?
Yes.
He hates the rich kids at Indiana. Also, I just feel like he and John Cougar Mellencamp had some like crazy times hanging out together, I think.
They eat each other's
you know
asses.
John Cougar Mellencamp does for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I think I'm a firm yes on Larry Bird.
Yeah, me too.
You guys have convinced me. I walked into this thinking no, and I walked out thinking 100% yes. Thank you so much for showing me the error of my ways.
Well, and at one point, didn't the Celtics get rid of Dave Cowens just because he was Bird's drinking buddy?
Yes. That did, yes. Yeah, and Bird like lost a bunch of weight almost immediately, as I recall. God, James Harden should have played in the 80s.
Yeah, man. He would have been the best. I mean, he's still pretty great now, but
Scott,
80, like him in 82. He also might have died of a cocaine overdose if he was in that era, but
yeah. Would have been a shame. Pippen and Jordan, we've already discussed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we came down on yes and no. A shooting guard, number 10. It's Clyde Drexler.
I would defer to Corbin, but I think he's a yes. Like the mustache and bald head combo. And like going from Portland to Houston. From Houston to Portland to Houston. That's like...
Do we feel like Houston is an ass-eating city?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so, right?
What do you think? What do you think, Joey?
There's a lot of strip clubs in Houston.
Yeah. All right. Drexler eats ass.
And he went to college with Keane, and I feel like Keane
could not
for sure does, right?
The best player who wasn't on the dream team, of course, Hakeem, and was actually going to get an honorable mention anyway. But yes, Hakeem absolutely.
I think he maybe was not a U.S. citizen until the '96 Olympics.
Yes,
right.
I think this is the case.
The most controversial admission, I would say, Shaq, right?
Shaq instead of Leitner?
Yeah.
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 Shaq, no way, by the way.
Ooh, see, I think Shaq does.
Oh.
I mean, Shaq's a cop, which is a strike against.
Mm-hmm. I would say Muslim is a mild no.
But there's something about Shaq's whole vibe.
He does like the party. He does like the party.
He's a giver. There's all those stories about him, like, in Phoenix, going to, like, Walmart at 3 a.m. and buying everyone's stuff. Kazam? I think Kazam eats ass for sure.
Yes. Please, a genie who lives in a boombox absolutely eats ass.
I think his character in Blue Chips also does.
Neon? Yeah, I think Neon Boudreaux eats ass.
A power forward sporting the number 11. It's Karl Malone.
No fucking way.
Big no.
Absolutely
Big no.
fucking not. A point guard wearing the number 12. It's John Stockton.
This one's difficult.
Complicated.
But I think Gonzaga to Salt Lake City through all your prime AE years.
Yeah, I lean towards Sean. I think it's a no.
I'm with you.
But he is giving and also dirty.
I would also say David Stockton does not as well.
Yeah, probably not. It's so fucking weird that John Stockton's son got into the NBA.
He was not a good college player. It's
Hey.
just that he is John Stockton's son, and people are like, why not?
Ooh,
There's a lot of roster spots.
here's a small forward wearing the number 13, Chris Mullen.
The answer is yes.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
New York City, and he played for Don Nelson, and he used to be an alcoholic.
All
That
right.
haircut.
All right.
He
But
goes to work,
but the
man.
haircut is a little.
Dude, every NBA player who's ever played for Don Nelson eats ass.
All right.
And if they don't, they're moved out of town.
Yeah.
That's what the problem with Weber was.
Yeah, that was also Mike Dunleavy's fault. They were like,
Weber
"Get
never
outta
did
here,
until he got to
Dunleavy."
Sacramento. Yeah.
Get off my fucking team. That's what Don Nelson would yell if he found out you don't eat ass. Power forward, sporting the number 14. Arguably, I think the most controversial person in the NBA, and so far as this question is concerned. Charles Barkley.
I think,
Ooh.
yeah.
I think he's a yes, too.
The man loves to party. I'm going to have to
Yeah,
go
he's-
yes.
And, you know, it's weird, though, because I think there's a little bit of an inclination to no, because Barkley's kind of famously a little bit OCD. And there was, like, remember there's an
Also
old Sports Illustrated...
Republican.
And he, like, I just remember there being an article about how if, like, he'd re-vacuum a room, if the lines of, like, the vacuum's wheels weren't lined up. That being said, also frequents prostitutes. So I think he's a yes.
The man loves to
Also,
party. There's just
Would
no way
eat
around it.
entire pizzas.
Well, Corbin eats entire pizzas.
Well, Corbin, you also are a yes.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
If we were playing this game and it was Corbin Smith, Sean and I would both say yes.
Yeah. I would say Wilms is for sure a yes.
This shit is really folding in on itself right now.
But I don't have an opinion on any other take it or break it yes.
Silverman, no,
Yes.
I can't do this.
Well, Silverman, I mean that's
Yeah, the
that's not a
theater.
question.
The theater. He's in the theater.
All right, this is starting to make me uncomfortable. We're talking about my friends. We're not just talking.
I don't think Wilms is ashamed of it.
Oh yeah. John, I'm willing to talk about. But David Roth, I have no idea. I can't keep doing this.
But yeah, Barkley for sure does.
Yeah,
I
I will
threw a
say,
guy through a plate glass window.
man, Barkley, what a life.
Also a life with no consequences for anything he's ever done. There's been no come up.
The worst thing that has happened to Barkley is that he didn't win an NBA title.
Yeah, and people lightly razz him about it
Yeah.
sometimes. But 35 years of saying and doing anything he wanted all the time. Playing in the NBA at a maximum contract, not even really bothering to get in cardiovascular shape. Like he threatened to punch an NBA player in the face, and it was a big controversy for like almost a day. And then he went on TV and was like, "Yeah, I shouldn't have said I was going to punch him in the face." And it was over. He produced a series about race in America, like just on a whim, and people were like, "Yeah, that's fine. He can do it. He can just do whatever he
I
wants."
just didn't watch it. Like, there's an entire industry of people out there who could watch that thing and harvest content out of it, and no one did.
But imagine if you were like, if your job was to predict political events, and you were like wrong about it for just like decades in a row about the fundamentals of it, like wrong about who was good, wrong about the styles, and like they just kept putting you in. I guess in politics that does happen.
Yeah, you're
Like,
actually describing
Save
political
America?
punditry right now. So,
But yeah, if you were a scientist and you were just like,
okay, there we go.
you're a weatherman who was wrong all the time and was also like, I don't believe in rain. and it's like, yeah, he's the highest paid weatherman in America.
And
He'll
also
never be
you
fired.
threw a man through a plate glass window.
And it only made us like him more.
I mean, throwing a guy through a plate glass window is cool.
Yeah.
I'm with Barkley on that one. Coaches, real quick. PJ Carlesimo.
No.
Uh,
God, no.
Lenny Wilkens did
Yes,
play in the
yes.
NBA in the 70s. And the biggest no possibly of all time, Mike Krzyzewski.
Oh, no
oh my
way.
god.
He's never even seen an ass.
Only missionary for Mike Krzyzewski.
Well, the only way he can climax is by watching an undersized Caucasian point guard set an off-ball screen.
What makes Brad Stevens the next coach of Duke is that he can't climax.
That's the next level.
Yeah, is that it's impossible.
He's a eunuch.
Yeah. Hey, we've been recording for an insanely long time, so we're done.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything to promote? Roundball Rock?
Yeah, listen to Roundball Rock.
Yeah. Rate,
really
subscribe.
pretty good.
Follow
Rate, review, subscribe.
Joey's Joey Devine on Twitter.
Yeah.
And Sean is Sean Keane.
I used to be LL Cool S, and then someone from Twitter helped me change it to my actual name.
What a nice person from Twitter.
That was kind. Thank you, Jessica.
And I'm Corbin.
Corbin, what are you going to plug?
I'm Corbin Smith, Rate and Reviews podcast on iTunes. I have an article about Jeff Green on Vice Sports today. It's I wouldn't call it a positive article about Jeff Green.
He played a lot of minutes in Game 2.
They played a lot of very terrible minutes in Game 2.
What
Jeff Green? Jeff Green jogging back on defense is really like when you just sit and like watch only Jeff Green. What a dog fucker that guy is, man. Like, anyway.
And then, as always, you can always follow me on Twitter at Frankie Muniz, where on 1/18/15 I tweeted, "Just watched Birdman, amazing movie, and eerily familiar." So Frankie Muniz thinks he's Birdman.
Trust the process.
Shut it down. Let's go home.